kind of want to. All right. Whoop. Man, I kind of want to. Whoops. All right. I forgot to mute. I forgot to mute my window. All right. Say that again. Man, I should be at Progressive Field right now. The Braves are playing the Cleveland Indians in Cleveland. And my ass should be there. I went to see him in Cincy. What the hell was I thinking not getting tickets to that? Even though it's 3 hours, 3-hour drive. Oh, well. How far is Cleveland? I've only been to, I've been to Cleveland maybe like 3 or 4 times in my life. No thanks. Not really a place I'd like to go. Man, I did yard work and then I fell asleep and then, shit. Then I woke up to this horse shit. Why is this still a question? Are there seriously people out there on the wrong side of this debate? Do people really think that Civil War is better than this? Batman and Superman, Dawn of Justice, Ultimate Edition. Huh? Wait. I gotta turn a light on here. Oops, I didn't mean to make it brighter. Meant to lower it a little bit. Just a nice... I'm not even going to turn my other light on. This is from a guy named Hamza. Movies, comics, shows, music, memes, jokes, cricket, opinions, polls, weird stuff. So this guy's claiming that Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice, Ultimate Edition, which I have seen, there's not much ultimate about it, is better than Civil War. Meaning Marvel Civil War, Captain America Civil War. The fuck out of here. It's not even close. Get the fuck out of here. I never even knew there was a debate on this. I gotta type something. I never knew. Yeah, I can't type with shit. There was a debate about this in the first place. It's the first time I've ever heard these two things being compared. I've literally never... It's the first time I've ever heard anybody compare those two movies. If that's what they're comparing. I got a message. Somebody in the... I think I got somebody in the chat here.
Yeah, you do.
Could be. I didn't want to speak too soon. Because I saw it was like muted or anything. Oh, you saw it. Dude, I woke up. I fell asleep after doing my yard work. I was trying to watch the Braves Indians game. Woke up and then I came in my gaming room and the first thing that popped up on Twitter was, I am the militia. Why is this still a question? Are these serious? Are there seriously people, you meant to say there. Yeah. Out there, the wrong side of this debate. I've never heard anybody compare these two movies. Go.
I mean, I don't know about so much about compare, but I mean, there are parallels that you could make comparisons in like the general theme.
Right.
You know, you got good guys versus good guys and all that, and they all
Right.
come
Okay.
together to beat the bad guy.
Right.
You know,
I
the
understand
general
that,
theme,
but as
that
far
is
as
where the comparison stops.
yeah, I agree with the theme thing. I've heard that before, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
I've never heard anybody compare the quality of the two movies because it's not even close, man. It's like get the fuck out of here.
The thing, the reason why too is because they both came out about the same time.
Oh, that's true. They did. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And,
I saw them both in the
I've
theater. Yeah, same 2016. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got this. Hold on a second. I've got this awesome picture. I'm gonna find for you as soon as I shut my phone up. That somebody made back when those movies came out. Keep talking though while I find that.
Oh no, that's fine.
It's an awesome picture.
Oh, I'm still trying to wake up. I'm just like I didn't even make a cup of coffee. I'm a dumbass. I forgot to make coffee. I grabbed my water, but I didn't grab any coffee. Do you think? Because I was like, at first I was thinking, did DC have a Civil War event like in the comic books or something? Which they did kind of, but they didn't call it Civil War, obviously. But I was trying to think for a second. I was like, wait a second. They're talking about fucking the best, in my opinion, the best MCU movie to date is Captain America Civil War. That's just my opinion. It's definitely in the top 5.
It's definitely, yeah. I would put it up there. I don't know about top 5.
Okay.
I have a hard time rating movies, man, because like when you tell me you bring me like one movie and all that, like as soon as you bring up like a movie like like all right, say like if you bring up Unforgiven is the best Western movie ever made. All right, somebody was to say that and all that, and then I look at, and then all of a sudden I look and I see a movie like Silverado,
right?
Which not the best Western movie ever made, but it helped redefine Western movies for a new time period.
Right. It kind of was the new. I remember I saw Silverado in the movie theater. It came out the same year as Back to the Future. I remember, and it was overshadowed by Back to the Future, of course. But I love Silverado, and it did kind of reinvigorate the Western. And then you saw some Westerns coming after that, because there had been like a drop off. In you'd had Clint Eastwood like Outlaw Josie Wales and stuff like that, late 70s. But there was a little period of time where you didn't get any Westerns, and then Silverado kind of brought it. Like, oh, Westerns can't do well, and you can't have big stars, all these big stars in the modern audience.
And Silverado changed that.
Silverado came along,
Silverado introduced Kevin Costner.
Yep.
That's
the first time I'd ever seen Kevin Costner. Silverado.
Had Kevin Kline in it.
Kevin Kline.
Brian Dennehy.
Who got killed at the end. Spoilers.
Who else was in it?
It had Danny Glover in it. It had
Danny Glover. Jeff Goldblum was in it.
Jeff Goldblum was in it, and the guy that he was in Training. He was the guy that they killed in Training Day. He was the American sub commander in Hunt for Red October. I can never remember his name.
He was
Great actor.
He was in Backdraft.
He's in Backdraft. He was Bull, or not Bull, but he was the Axe in Backdraft. I can't remember that. Scott Glenn. Yeah.
Scott Glenn, yeah. There you go. Yeah. A lot of really good actors.
Oh, dude, that was packed. Yeah.
And but yeah, it redefined Westerns for a more modern age in movies and everything. So I mean, you could say Silverado is one of the greatest Western movies ever made.
It's hard to compare that, right? Exactly.
But yeah, it's hard to compare. I mean, personally, when it comes to Westerns and all that, The Searchers is by far.
Searchers is awesome. Yeah.
Searchers is the best. Western
I like Rio Grande. Rio. God, I'm drawing blanks. I watched 310 to Yuma the new 310 to Yuma. It's kind of new. It's got God, I cannot think right now. I should have had my coffee. Fucking Russell Crowe in it, and Batman, the Christopher Nolan Batman guy.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I didn't care for that
Like the
movie.
remake?
Yeah, I didn't like the remake. I had never seen it the whole way through. I was like, it's not really that good, in my opinion. I don't know. Some people disagree, probably, but yeah, there's so many good westerns. But the John Wayne westerns were always my. That was the shit. You know what I mean? I always, back in the day. But Unforgiven's great too. I like High Plains Drifter too. I love that. Good, the Bad, the Ugly.
Yeah.
So there's so many good ones. But with Marvel movies, comparing, it's kind of hard to rate them. I did a list, though. I kind of rated my opinion of what I thought. But I had the most when I watched Captain America: Civil War, and they had that airport scene for the first time, and they had Ant-Man grow large. I mean, I lost my shit there for a minute. I got excited like a little kid for a minute. Like, oh wow, it kind of hit me. That battle at the airport hit me. Spidey against Captain America and all that. I had more fun in that movie than I did watching Endgame. And I liked Endgame and Infinity War, but I had more fun. I got more enjoyment out of Civil War than I did those other two. That's why I put them above.
I got a lot of enjoyment. I got a lot of enjoyment out of Civil War. I got more engrossed into Endgame. Because
definitely, 100%. Yeah.
Because when when the three of them are fighting Thanos,
the stakes are higher. For one,
he knocks out fucking Tony. He knocks out Thor and all that. Cap's the last one there. He's got half of his shield left and all that.
Yep.
Thanos' entire army is coming down, right? And Cap's still walking over there. I'm like going, oh my God, how the hell are you gonna get out of this? How the hell are you gonna get out of this? And all of a sudden, you hear that crackling over the radio, and you hear on your left, and I'm like, holy shit!
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah,
I was like, holy shit! I completely forgot they had snapped everybody back.
Right.
I was like, oh. Fuck, this is going to be massive.
But you know what took me out of it for a minute, and it was the eye roller. Is when they did the little woman, the strong female. That was so fucking cringe, dude. I sat there and I was like, why do they fuck it up? Why?
Yeah, so like Cap got on the radio and he said, okay, I need all the women and women only.
Yeah,
to go over and help Captain Mary Sue.
Right. Yes. And it was like so forced in there. If they would have had it like if they would have edited that scene differently, it might have not have been so bad and took me out of the moment, but it was so fucking forced. It was like a reshoot almost, where they had we got to add this in. Man, I got a goddamn mosquito bite that's bleeding. Go ahead.
Fortunately, that moment only lasted for like a
couple seconds. Yeah, that was the beautiful thing. But still, yeah. Leave it to me to ruin everything. By bringing it up.
I sent you that Discord. Oh, you want to talk about ruining everything? I got a rant from my son earlier today. I'm going to share with you. But real quick, that picture I was telling you about.
Oh, I see it. I see it. I was like, what are you talking about? Oh, okay. You put it right there in the. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Let me. I don't know if I can put that on the. Oh, I can. I can put that on the screen. What was I thinking? Yeah. I think that's probably as big as I can get it. But yeah, I'd never seen really anybody. I'd heard people compare the story, but I'd never heard anybody like. You don't hear people compare the DC and Marvel movies individually that much. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why I'm saying, in quality comparisons. Overall, they do. They say the MCU is better than the Snyderverse and all that. But
they compare the characters. And
that, right.
Which given a very sparse few, there's like no comparison between the Marvel and DC characters, in my opinion. But that's another discussion.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So on that one, but But I as movies go, I think they should have continued before you share what you're about ready to share. As they should have kept on going how they were doing with the Snyderverse stuff, because it could have gotten better. You know what I mean? They could have made it better. Yeah, they stubbed their toe big time with Superman versus Batman, in my opinion, but I think they still should have followed through with Deathstroke, and where they had all that lined up. They had a pretty cool things lined up there.
The problem with the Snyderverse thing is, man, they didn't. Superman deserved. They should have done a Man of Steel 2.
Yes. Well, I was about ready to say that. 100%. 100%.
So they could cover the aftermath from his perspective,
and gotten that ship straightened out. Yeah, exactly.
And then introduced Batman, or Batfleck in Man of Steel. But I joke, but I honestly thought Affleck didn't do it.
I don't mind him as Batman at all.
No.
There's far worse. George Clooney, let's not even go there. So Ben Affleck's fine. He's not the problem as Batman.
Yeah. But yeah, they should have done a Man of Steel 2, and they introduced the Batman in that movie and all that. And then, if the Batman versus Superman thing, you don't. I don't know. That was. I know they were trying to get the hype off the Miller comic and everything.
Right.
And then portraying Batman kind of as that heir from that comic as well. But God, they completely raped the character of Batman. Yeah, okay, if you go back to Burton's Batman, yeah, he had machine guns on the front of his Batmobile, but he only used it to cut open a door.
Right.
He didn't use it to freaking strafe run like 4 or 5 fucking vehicles.
Right.
And murder people with them.
Right. I agree.
And don't get me wrong, Batman's, one role is one of my major issues with that character. But that is part of his character. So you need to abide by that one rule.
Right. It's the reality of how they've evolved the character. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, Justice League to me was the misstep. Batman versus Superman I could live with, because, Doomsday, the threat of Doomsday should have been its own movie. Like, that felt cheap to me. Like they rushed that in there. You know what I mean? They tried to put too much content in that Batman versus Superman movie, and Justice League just wasn't a strong enough follow up to it. If they could have followed it up, if Justice League would have hit it out of the park. But you go from Doomsday down to Steppenwolf, and it just didn't jive with me, man. I watched Justice League. It just didn't. They could have righted a lot of wrongs with a strong Justice League, and it's like, the Snyderverse version, which was better. It was an improvement, but it wasn't strong enough to correct everything. Man of Steel 2 needed to happen, and it needed to be a good movie. It needed to come out strong, to right everything. And Ezra Miller's terrible casting too, in my opinion. But anyway, I was fine with Jason Momoa or whatever his name is as Aquaman. I'm fine with that. And the Israeli girl, Israeli.
Gal Gadot, I thought she did really good. Wonder
Yeah,
Woman,
she's not bad. There's no.
Wonder Woman, that movie was really good. I thought that movie was really good.
The first Wonder Woman was okay. To me, it was a little boring, but that second one was damn. See, this is what happens when you don't gatekeep and you let people run with their own ideas. They let that Patty Jenkins just go full retard on fucking Wonder Woman on that second movie.
Yeah.
and nobody had any focus at of the doing the DC cinematic universe. No, there was nobody there to keep it on track. You know what I mean? It seems like it's all over the place. It's a mess.
Yeah.
You got to keep those directors, and the Russo brothers were kept in check. Unfortunately, Kevin Feige let the reins out too much and let that Tiki Torch YT or whatever the fuck that dude's name is. I can't stand that dude.
I mean, Ragnarok. I mean,
it's all right. Yeah,
it's all right. I mean, there was some needed humor in it, I would say. I mean, I thought the little brotherly exchanges between Thor and Loki and all that. I liked those, but at the same time, there was like just a little bit too much on there. And then Love and Thunder, it's like, everybody just say, hey, Ragnarok was a real good hit. Why don't you do more of that? And then everybody just like turned and looked away.
Yeah.
And then we got that shit. And
they trusted him too much, and then he put his own. See, that's the movie he wanted to make. You know, you let a director off the leash long enough, and they will eventually make the movie that they want to see and not audiences want to see. And that's what happened with Waititi. He wants to turn Thor. I mean, eventually he would turn Thor. If he had his way, Thor would be gay at the end. He would turn everything upside down. They think it's their sandbox instead of somebody else's. Hey, Phil, what's up? Tiki Torch. Tiki Torch.
But yeah, and then I don't know. It's just like there was like no real bearing on anything else in that. I mean, they could just like not even like they could like forget Love and Thunder ever happened.
Oh God, I wish.
Because there's nothing attaching it to anything else in the Marvel in the MCU.
It doesn't. I mean, introducing Hercules, Whoopie-doo, you could do that anytime. I mean, if you're wanting to introduce a character like Hercules, just introduce him. You could have had that cutscene at the end of Ragnarok. You know what I mean? Or a Guardians of the Galaxy movie or something maybe that doesn't even. Do something. You don't need to, you don't necessarily need to have it, what I'm saying, in that last Thor movie, but just bring the character out, It's crazy, man. And the Russell Crowe part, oh my God, in Love and Thunder, don't even get me started. I was so embarrassed. I was like, why would they go along? They should have pulled that director aside and said, look, man, I'm not doing this stupid shit. Get your shit together.
Yeah.
Quit trusting these people.
It says a lot too. As much as Hemsworth, loved doing Ragnarok, and really likes how Ragnarok came out.
He did an about face.
He's had some negative things to say about Love and Thunder.
Oh yeah, he was like, no more mad genius directors is what he said. Yeah. And he was hinting toward Tiki Torch. Said I might want to raise the volume on Super Patriot a little. Okay, I put my mixer channel to the top there, so there we go. Now if Janzer comes in, he'll be blasting. Everybody's on different levels, you know what I mean? I only have one channel I can put people's voice from Discord through the mixer. I wish I had like super multi-channel. That would be awesome. Then I could independently control people's volumes instead of, raising everybody. You have to go to the Discord app to actually do that individually, but anyway, it definitely Man of Steel 2, because I'll tell you, Man of Steel 1, if you're going to compare Marvel and DC cinematic universes, Man of Steel 1's in my top 5 all-time favorite comic book movies. I'm sorry. I don't apologize for that. I love that fucking movie, man. I thought that movie was awesome. I had that feeling when I was at the theater, when I saw that in the theater. Of course, my ex-wife went with me all the time, and she would always bring it down. Where's Optimus Prime? Is Optimus Prime in this one? Shut the fuck up. she fucking trolling me the whole time, because she hated those movies. But man,
Yeah, I wouldn't take her.
I had to. I can't go. Oh, where are you going? Yeah, I'm going to a Marvel movie.
We're gonna go watch a movie, and I want to enjoy it.
Yeah, and she goes, I want to go. Oh Lord,
no, you
don't. You really don't. You want to make my life miserable. Is what you want to do. Mission Saw. Oh no, I really like those. And we get there. This is stupid. Where's Optimus Prime?
Oh my God.
Seriously, I'm not making that up. She didn't know the difference between DC and Marvel and all that stuff. Yeah. Is Andrew Garfield in this one?
And you know what? If somebody's, if somebody doesn't, they're not into it, that. I mean, that's fine.
That's fine. Right.
Don't fucking ruin my time, though, man. What the hell?
Wait a second. What is wrong with you, man? Have you lost your senses? We're talking about women here, okay?
Yeah, true.
They exist to ruin your time. I'm sorry. I'm a little jaded, but
I forgot what Jack Nicholson says. I think of a man.
Yes. I throw away logic and reason. Yeah, I throw all.
Take away reason and accountability.
Yeah, that's what it was. You can throw logic in there too. There's no. Oh, by the way, where was that? What channel were you discussing? You asked some girl out at work, and then you said, if you don't mind me talking about that, you said, but I laugh at her failed relationship. That's what women are about. Failed relationships.
I feel bad for her because I know she's trying to find somebody to settle down with and everything. But she keeps picking the same type of losers.
Don't you go Captain Save a Ho. Your name is Super Patriot. It is not Captain Save a Ho. All right. I'm just kidding with you, but
I know she's looking for somebody. I know she's looking for somebody to settle down. Like I said, I asked her out a couple of times. She shot me down both times. So now I've been fucking throwing friend zone jokes at her like left and right. So
yeah, you're stuck. You're stuck in the friend zone.
Every time she is. Well, I saw a video of this guy with this woman, and they're sitting on this back patio, and she's picking up the patio furniture like she's moving it or putting it away. And she stops and looks at him. He's just sitting there on his phone still. And she goes, "Excuse me." He looks over and he goes, "I'm in the friend zone. What are you talking about?"
Yeah, I don't help.
So it's like I told her about that video. So now I've been throwing a friend zone joke at her left and right ever since at work all the time. She's like, "Hey, let me get that cart." Nope, I'm in the friend zone. What are you talking about? Go get your own cart.
But here's the problem: she knows she's got the upper hand. You already played your hand, saying you already asked her out, so she knows what you want. And when women do that, they'll manipulate. Okay, all right.
I told her the last time I asked her, I was like, "This is it. This is the last time I want to do it. So if you don't want to do it, that's fine. We'll stay friends. I ain't got no problem with that. I ain't got no hates or grudges against you." I was like, "But we're just gonna be friends. I ain't chasing after you no more."
Right. Never chase. Yeah, never chase. No, it never works, man. Never works out. It's not like the fucking movies. What's that? What's that? The movie The Notebook or something? I was sitting there going, "Oh my God." I had to watch that one night with my wife. She wanted to watch that all. So then I'm sitting there.
You sit there and go, "Where's Chris Pine?"
Yeah. Where's Chris Pratt? Where's Star-Lord? When does he show up? You dumb. Optimus Prime. Fucking...
Is Alec Baldwin in this one?
Does he shoot anybody? I wonder whether that movie's never coming out. We know that Rust or whatever they were making.
They went back into production on
You're
it.
Fucking with me.
No, I'm fucking serious, dude.
You've got to be kidding me. What a fucking slap in the face.
I know, right?
Is it a movie or is it like a TV show, like a streaming show?
It's a movie. It's a movie.
It's a movie. Good God.
Yeah.
There's gonna be people. I don't care. Fuck him. I really don't. Let him shoot up. Let him shoot up Baltimore. I don't give a fuck what the guy does, man.
Yeah, they went back. They resumed production back in April.
That's crazy. That is crazy. I mean, I understand it was an accident, but he's got to be held accountable for not fucking that shit.
No, they dropped the case. They dropped the case.
Yeah, I know.
Like, criminal charges. I think he's still getting sued by the family though.
Oh yeah, civil. They'll have the civil suit.
Wait, here we go. Here's a story. Around the end of May, they wrapped production.
So they've wrapped. Oh, yep. Speaking of which,
so they're going into post production now.
Look what I just fucking.
Yeah,
look what I just
fucking. I saw that.
You're shitting me.
I know. So this Baldwin, he has zero. Somebody commented on there. It's like you guys have zero freaking, like awareness,
self-awareness. I gotta look at this.
Self-awareness.
I did not plan that. I was just scrolling down my Twitter feed and I see fucking dumbass Billy Baldwin, fucking has been, never been loser. Florida passes concealed carry law this week. It's like the Wild West down there. Oh no, it's like a rust. No, it's like a rust shoot. Yeah, I'm gonna write that.
I looked through some of the comments on it. Almost all the replies are like, "You got you're more likely to get shot by Alec Baldwin than to get shot in Florida."
Oh, that's fucking hilarious, dude. It's not the Wild West, more like a Rust film shoot. Yeah. Jesus Christ!
I like how they made that image though, man, because it looks like a 45 with an extended mag on it.
Oh, with the Florida gun. Oh yeah. They think this is a gotcha.
Yeah, I know.
Don't you? They think it's a gotcha. But I always bring up,
I like how he keeps mentioning the Wild West and the shootout to OK Corral. So why not they shoot out at the Rust photo filming lot?
Yeah, marketing
filming location there.
Yeah, the back lot of whatever studio. Yeah, they were.
Brother, are you? You're not doing any advertising for your brother's movie, man. Jeez.
How many American and Canadian tourists will no longer winter in Florida because they don't feel safe? Get the fuck out of here. The people, for one, the vast majority of people that go to Florida in the winter time are conservative, older.
Well,
know what I mean?
No, it's not. No, it's not, dude. Dude, seriously, it's like, all right, like, remember when the NAACP put out the travel advisory for black people?
I saw that.
Do you know where the president of the NAACP lives?
In Florida.
Yeah.
You live there, but you're putting out it. Unbelievable, man. These people are just fucking clowns. Billy Baldwin, there's no way he wrote this. He's got some kind of he's got a personal assistant or something that's putting this shit out. No. Maybe Billy it is Baldwin, him. I don't know.
Billy Baldwin is known as the dumber of the Baldwins.
Oh my God. That's a low bar.
He may be the second Baldwin because there's four of them.
Yeah.
He may be like the second Baldwin, second.
There's Stephen Baldwin. There's Stephen Baldwin, who's considered kind of the third tier one. Yeah. The guy that was in Biodome with Pauly Shore. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
But he's been in a few things. He's had decent success, but nothing.
Billy Baldwin's been in two big movies that I'm aware of. One was
Sliver with Sharon Stone.
And the other movie, I can't remember the name of it, but
he was in Backdraft. He was in Backdraft.
Oh, he was in Backdraft?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was.
I don't remember Backdraft, but he was in. He was in some movie with Cindy Crawford.
Oh, the one where they're trying to escape. When Cindy Crawford was a big deal, she was blowing up. You saw her everywhere. Well, they were getting off that train.
Yeah.
It was horrible. Cindy Crawford, just sit there and look sexy. Shut the fuck up. You can't act, you dumb bitch. But yeah.
And
What's
then
the name of that? It was around the time they were trying to piggyback off of the popularity when of Basic Instinct. Like, that steamy, sexy scene in a movie.
I know that one with Slither. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Oh, Slither.
But,
I went to see that in the movie theater. Can you believe I went to see that Slither in the movie theater? I about fucking walked out. That was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I about walked out halfway through. They're like, it's Basic Instinct on. Oh, it's like Basic Instinct, which I saw in the theater as well, and I liked it. I was like, this is a pile of horse shit. But I can't remember that name of that. Dangerous something or something, the Cindy Crawford one. I had forgotten all about that movie, man. It's not a good movie, but
I remember because Cindy Crawford. Cindy, like you said, Cindy Crawford's really hot. She's not a great actress, but
right,
she's smoking.
She was super popular then too. She was like everywhere. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that's why Billy Baldwin's well known, because he had those, those two, or three, I guess, with Backdraft, relative big hits and all that. And you had Stephen Baldwin, who had, he's like hit or miss, but I mean, he was in Usual Suspects.
Oh, right. That was kind of his biggest role. Yeah.
And then you have probably the lessest of the Baldwin brothers, which is Daniel Baldwin.
Daniel Baldwin, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Which I can't even picture him in my head. He
was in a movie called Vampires with James Woods.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, that's John Carpenter.
It's kind of, it's so campy, but it's so good. I
like it. Yeah, James Woods in that. Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah,
it's entertaining. I don't know if it's a great movie, but it is an entertaining movie. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm scrolling down. I don't know if you can see it.
Billy Baldwin's the dumber of the Baldwin brothers.
Somebody's the dumber. It's not a high stock anyway, if you know what I'm saying. But you and Alec have zero self-awareness. I've been reading some of the comments. I don't know if you can see them or not on the. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that was one of the ones. I saw. I didn't see that. That's it. You're going in the retard school.
Oh shit! That's it. You're going into the retard squisher. That's a great one. And that's from a guy named Gay Patriot.
I know.
What the fuck is going on? Oh, really? That's a troll fucking. That's a fucking troll fucking account. I love it. You're the retard. I passed right by that and even. I'm gonna have to fucking. I'm gonna have to post that one in. That's hilarious, dude. I don't know why that strikes me so funny, but it does. Fucking, that got me. Now I'll be coughing the rest of the fucking night. Let's see. Mr. Baldwin, being from Texas, we have open carry. I feel extremely safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, their whole narrative falls apart because, like, take Switzerland. The population of Switzerland, which I'm not trying to compare it to like United States, you can't compare it, but almost everyone has firearms in Switzerland. You know what I mean? Like almost every household has firearms, and they don't shoot each other. It's not the guns, Billy. It ain't the guns. I mean, it is when you don't know what you're doing with guns, like your brother, but then it is the guns. How about we take guns out of the hands of morons like Alec Baldwin? Sure, I'm all for that, but it's not the guns. In responsible, law-abiding citizens' hands, it's not the guns, Billy. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Like I was telling my parents yesterday, just take Montana and wall the fucking thing off like a John Carpenter movie and throw all these motherfuckers in Montana with the 100-foot wall. Like Escape from New York and let them fucking have at it. I don't give a shit. I hate to waste Montana like that, but Look at this one. Super Patriot, look at this one. Probably blanks on the clip, and it's got a picture of Alec Baldwin, and it says probably blanks. Oh
Could
my
be
God.
blank, could be live ammo.
It could be live ammo. Who knows? Let's roll the dice.
Yeah. Dude, I was looking at Daniel Baldwin's IMDb page.
Oh no.
And under trivia here, he describes his acting brothers as Alec being the big star, Stephen the born-again Christian, Billy the popular one with the girls, and him being the troublemaker.
Oh, Jesus. More delusion. More fucking self-delusion. I would put my brother Alec as the murderer. And the rest are just fade away to fucking obscurity. Who cares? COVID-19 is like filming a movie. That's supposed to be a movie. It says move. It's like filming a movie with Alec Baldwin. You have a 97.6. Oh my God. I gotta go. I'm gonna have to go get some water. COVID-19 is like filming a movie with Alec Baldwin. You have a 97.6 chance of survival. Oh my God. No, actually, I don't think your chances of survival are that high if you're filming a movie with Alec Baldwin. I disagree.
It all depends.
Yeah. Your brother shot and killed a woman. That guy just no humor. He just come out and fucking laid it. He just laid it on wax right there, man. Jesus. They call him Discount Alec. I don't mean to be coughing into the mic. God damn, man. Here's a funny one. It depends. It depends on when your brother is filming Rust 2 in Florida. Oh shit, dude.
I was just looking at this, that movie of his to see who all's in it.
Oh, Rust. Well, I know who's not in it. But that's terrible. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Man. You got any Titanic jokes to make now too?
Oh God. Oh, that's coming. That's coming.
Oh my God.
That's coming.
I didn't know Jensen Ackles was in that. Isn't it?
Oh, Jensen Ackles. Yeah. Huh.
And Travis Fimmel.
I don't know who that is. I know who Jensen Ackles is, but I don't know. I'm gonna.
Travis Fimmel. He what else was he in? He's that guy from freaking Vikings.
I've never seen it. That's probably why I don't know.
Well, since you seem to like to go see crappy movies in the theater.
Yeah.
You've seen Warcraft, right?
I have
Warcraft?
not. I draw my line at crap, that kind of crap. No, I kind of got over that. When I was younger, I went to see a lot of movies,
Yeah.
And I don't go to the movie theater anymore hardly. I saw Ant-Man. That was the last time I was in there. The newest Ant-Man. Last time I went to a movie theater. Yeah. God, I wish I could do that day over.
Last movie I saw in the theater, I think, was There's No Way Home.
I saw that as well.
The last Spider-Man.
Yep, I saw that as well, and I enjoyed it. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I didn't think the main reason I went to that because I went with my son.
Yeah.
And yep. I didn't think I was going to go in. I didn't think I was going to set foot in a movie theater after Endgame. I didn't think I was going to set foot in a movie theater again after Endgame. Honestly, I think the whole freaking MCU thing. I think they should have stopped right there.
I agree. It's pointless.
Stopped right there.
No, I 100% agree. That going on is pointless. They already shot their wad. I mean, just going on is pointless. I saw Shang-Chi. I didn't like that much.
I waited until that came out on Disney.
Yeah, I saw it on Disney Plus as well. I saw it in the theater. I was gonna go see Eternals, and common sense came back to my head, and I didn't go. And I saw the Spider-Man. I did not see Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I did not see that. I did not go see Wakanda Forever, but I did watch the only Marvel movie that I'm not up on is Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I've not seen it. But I saw Ant-Man Quantumania in the theater the day it came out, and yeah, it wasn't very good. It had it had a moment or two that it was all right, but no, overall I just did not like it. It's not without noticeable irony that Baldwin tweeted this. Okay, I'm going to go back to the Twitter feed here. Yeah. That's hilarious though, man. That got me fucked up for the night though. Whenever I laugh while I'm drinking or breathing or something like that. Laugh when I'm breathing. You have to breathe. But I get all fucked up. Doesn't take much. What the hell?
That tweet right there is inaccurate. The one with the flag.
Just put out my Biden hair. That's that Brooklyn dad moron.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that dude might be the.
I wonder how much he got paid for that tweet. That dude gets paid for his tweets. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, he's one of those. He's like those two stupid kids that get on there and tweet, and then he's working for him. He
gets paid for his tweets.
Yeah, he's a propaganda guy. Yeah,
that is not the Biden-Harris flag. The Biden-Harris flag was the one that they hung in the middle of the rotunda or the round at the White House during that Pride Day shit. That's the Biden-Harris flag.
Yep. I'm okay with burning that flag. You can pour lighter fluid on that rainbow flag and fucking have at it.
No, you can't do that, man. That's a hate crime.
Fuck their hate crimes, man.
You didn't hear that they arrested a homeless man for defecating on and then using another pride flag to clean himself up with up in New York.
Well, I'm going to donate some money to that homeless guy. Let me tell you that.
The homeless black man.
The fucking they're raising. I mean, that flag means nothing. There's only one flag that should be flying at the Capitol. Yeah. There only should be two flags flying at the state capitals. That's the state flag, and I don't care. You can call me a neo-Nazi. You can call me a fascist or whatever. It makes no sense whatsoever. My position is the position of sanity, of normalcy. Anything that they're fucking these fucking cultural fads that they. Oh my God, dude! I was talking to my parents about this, and my mom, unfortunately, oh bless her heart, she likes Biden. She loves Biden. I'm like, mother, what is wrong with you?
Well, she probably sees a lot of you know.
My dad likes Trump.
He probably knows a lot of guys like him.
Yeah, the Ukraine flag, Phil says, Ukraine flag is a joke. I mean, they're just turning it into a fucking mockery at this point, man. They're turning this country into a mockery. The Biden, somebody got it right there. Biden flag, American flag. Yep. I mean, look at the people that he's putting on his staff.
Yeah.
Janzer posted that one picture of the military, the four people that are representative of the U.S. military now. One's that nutball health. They put her in charge. Put him.
Admiral 11.
Yeah, that moron. Oh my God, that's the most delusional.
Yeah.
Delusional fuck, but I can't remember what the picture is. Everybody's seen it. You know what I'm talking about. If Jordan Peterson were a nightclub bouncer, that's hilarious. Oh my God. Federal student loan debt. Yeah, they're all up in arms about that. All the Supreme Court ruling.
Oh, I know.
Shit, man. That shit is.
been sitting back and just laughing.
That shit is hilarious, dude. Federal student loan debt, and they want to compare those fucking those the COVID, all the COVID money that was flying around for all the shutdowns. They want to compare that to a federal student loan. For one, the federal government shouldn't be in the loan business. Federal government shouldn't be giving out student loans to college. The fuck, yeah, it shouldn't have been happening in the first place. But he's going, oh, we could $10,000. Give those people $10,000, and they're not going to be responsible. A lot of them aren't going to be responsible with it anyway. They're not going to pay down their debt with anything. These people, they get these loans, and then they're spending all this, they want to keep this lifestyle, having all these toys and, drinking Starbucks every day and living this lifestyle. And then they say they can't afford to pay their loan back. They get to keep their degree. I mean, if going to college was so important, and that, and some of them are saying, well, I make $65,000-$70,000. That's a lot of money. If you can't live off $65,000-$70,000, what the fuck are you doing? Change your life situation. Don't expect other people to fucking change. Change your life situation, then you can afford to pay your student loan back. Yeah. Oh, that would I could frequent more small businesses. Oh, you're going to Starbucks every day. What the fuck are you talking about? If I had my student loans canceled. No, you wouldn't. You'd get right back into debt, you fucking moron, and you would.
Saw a bunch of them. Like there was a bunch of these idiots that were saying that they weren't even going to use the money to pay off any of the debt. They were going to use it like go to Cancun and shit.
Of course, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah,
I mean, there's something to say. There's something to say about letting irresponsible young adults, which is what they are, sign fucking $100,000
those loans anyway, right?
And all that. I mean, I'm not
that
saying
you can't be turned down to.
I'm not saying those student loans aren't predatory, which they, a lot of them are.
Right.
But I mean, to just say, well, well, you were young and you were stupid, so yeah, we're gonna let you go on this one. No. Why should people who actually paid, their loans off?
Right.
Why should people who didn't even send their kids, whose kids didn't even go to college
because they couldn't afford it and they didn't want to get into debt and they were being financially realistic? Exactly.
Yeah, and why should they have to pay for these kids loans? No.
I agree 100%.
Get a job.
Yeah, you
learn a trade.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I hear ads all the time on my local radio station here about a local metal workers union hiring starting pay as an apprentice $50 an hour, $52 an hour.
Yep. They don't want to actually work. Let's not kid ourselves. They don't want to actually work. They want to sit and they want a job. They want a job like you saw at Twitter when they'd go in and go, well, today I'm going to get the latte and then I'm going to go to the yoga room and I'm going to meditate and then blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. And they did a poll too about, like 25%, like a quarter of the, young kids today and all that. Their dream job is to be an influencer on the internet.
Jesus fucking
you and
Christ.
You and I both know is fucking hard as shit to break into that.
Well, of course you have to. I mean, most people that are successful on YouTube or Twitch were already famous for something else. You know what I mean? Ninja won a bunch of champion video game competitions, global. Like Halo. He was the world champion Halo player for a while. So everybody knew him. So he didn't just come to Twitch, color his hair blue, and fire up Twitch one day and get 1 million followers all in the first year. No, people already knew him from what he did. Dr. Disrespect already had a following before he started streaming on Twitch.
2 times.
The 2-time, yeah. He was already known for that character. Even that Angry Joe guy was already known for posting on websites, doing those angry videos before he started his own YouTube channel. Before YouTube was a thing, yeah.
And there are people that even in the past, like 5, to 10 years, that are not like the Logan Pauls or Jake Pauls,
right?
Who have come up and built a following on their own, off of their current they're at the time.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
There's people who have done it, but
Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast started with just his laptop, and
you got some of these other Twitch personalities on there. You got people like XQC, which he was known for winning a lot of Overwatch tournaments, until he got kicked out of there. I forget what he got kicked out of the league competing for, but anyways. You got other guys that followed that were part of crews like Mizkiff, who used to be what's his name? That Danino guy.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh shit, I can't remember his freaking online name now.
But the point stands. There's people that build, and then there's people that have built it up on purely off nepotism, like Hassan Piker. Yeah, who, with his the Young Turks.
Who I will stand by this to this day. If it wasn't for his uncle, Hassan would be a
chunk yogurt. Yeah,
he would be a struggling gay porno actor.
I think that's giving him too much credit. I don't think he could,
because he failed as an Instagram model.
Yep, I would say that's giving him way too much credit. And that that dude's a clown. I'm sorry.
He's a fucking insane.
Yeah. Or guys like Dr. Fauci, who was wrong about everything in the 80s and then the 90s and then the 2000s, and now he's super popular, because he was wrong about everything. But, the fucking progressives, hang on every word he says. But I had to throw that in there. So, guy's never been right on anything. If you look back at his track record, I don't mean to change the subject, but, throw it from left field there. But that dude's never been right about anything that he's come out and made statements about. Nothing. Zero. What a clown. Here's something.
I was just starting to read that. Does not want.
I love this.
Don't want Born Again to look anything like the Netflix. Why?
That's exactly. Yeah, I like how calmly you just said, why? Please, someone. What is the reason why we're trying to differentiate Born Again from the best superhero Netflix series there's ever been, that was the most like the comic book, that drew the most audience, that had the most success? And this guy sums it up right here. We don't want people to like the things we make. Marvel Studios.
Yeah. Well, you see, this segues a little bit into the conversation I had with my son earlier.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I had shared a couple of tweets with him. One most recently, the one I shared with him most recently was somebody had tweeted out saying that the final No Way Home costume, Spider-Man costume, the one we see at the end of the movie, right? That's going to be included in the Spider-Man 2 game for PS5.
Oh, okay.
Which I think is very cool. Right?
That is cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the other tweet I had shared with him earlier, and for some reason I don't know why, my son, who is he is definitely Gen Z, does not have Twitter. I found this out today.
Okay.
But I had shared another tweet with him a couple weeks ago that Ben Affleck apparently was not, and this is all rumor. This is verified. I haven't heard anything else about this. But Ben Affleck was spotted on the set of Deadpool 3, and he's rumored to be reprising his role as Daredevil in the film. Right?
Now, is this just like a whack ball rumor, or was there some legitimacy?
I think there's a whack. I think it's a whack ball rumor.
I wouldn't put it past them, because Rob Liefeld has said there's going to be some things that blow your mind a little bit.
Yeah.
And he can't release.
My son's reaction to those two bits, all right?
Okay.
Because he says that if the final No Way Home suit is confirmed, then that's such a massive W. My son is a huge Spider-Man fan.
Right.
Huge Spider-Man fan, all right? He has very honest and deliberate and extensive critiques of some of the current runs and story arcs, but he is a huge Spider-Man fan. He loves Spider-Man. Then he goes on to say, if Ben Affleck is reprising his role in Deadpool 3, that's such a massive L.
Yes.
Which I kind of agree with him, but I always try to make a joke out of stuff like this with him. I was like, it depends on how they do it though. I was like, if they do it like the end of Deadpool 2 and he shoots Affleck and says, "You're welcome, Charlie Cox." That would be pretty fucking funny.
That would be a great way to, Charlie Cox says hello and bam, I don't, you know what though? That would be a great scene. That would be a great scene. Like he did with the Green Lantern stuff, of course.
Yeah. You're welcome, Canada.
Yeah. That would be an awesome scene. The more I think about it though, I don't see Ben Affleck doing that. He takes himself too seriously now. You know what I mean? Ben Affleck 10 years ago, sure. You know what I mean? Maybe 12 years ago, sure. I can see him poking fun of himself. I don't see him poking fun of himself right now on anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now his response to that was, I'm just hoping it's good. He said, I really just hope it's Deadpool and Wolverine walking through a forest to find Red Riding Hood or something like that. A simple Deadpool story, Right. And that's when I introduced him. I don't know if you ever heard about my original concept for a Deadpool Wolverine movie. Oh, it was, dude, it was epic. My original concept for a Deadpool Wolverine movie included Captain America in it because I'm a Captain America. But Captain America's the straight guy in the whole thing. It was going to be an original buddy cop road trip movie with Captain America and Wolverine out trying to find Bruce Banner because he's turned into the Rage Hulk again, and Deadpool's tagging along.
Oh, that would be like Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
And Deadpool would be Pesci. Joe Pesci. They fuck you in the drive-thru. They fuck you. Yeah. That would be cool. That would be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, Mel Gibson is Wolverine, of course, and Captain America would be Danny Glover.
Yeah. And the irony of it is that Captain America, is the one who's saying, I'm getting too old for this shit.
I'm getting too old for this shit. No, that would be good. I don't know if the newer generation would get the joke, but the fucking bread and butter, our generation would be fucking howling. Yeah, no doubt. At that'd be great.
He goes on to say, honestly, aside from the Ben Affleck stuff, I'm hoping the chemistry between Deadpool and Wolverine is as simple as no nonsense to slapstick.
Yep.
Deadpool going on about his time travel shenanigans, and Wolverine just scoffs and ignores him. So the whole movie and Deadpool's side is him just trying to get a smirk or a chuckle from Wolverine, all while Wolverine's trying to stop, I don't know, the Phoenix or something.
Right.
He's like, I'm crossing my fingers. It is that simple of a story because I'm tired of the multiverse stories.
They need to rein back the multiverse stuff.
Well, that's when I introduced a little bit of reality into his thing. As I told him, I was like, until they finally integrate the X-Men and Fantastic Four into it all, we may be having a few more of those at least until after the Kane movie comes out.
Oh, the sky's going to be the limit with the Kang stuff because that just goes on and on and on and on. There's endless possibilities on that for timelines, and that's the whole reason why they want that that villain in there because they can open up timelines, bring back, they can bring back the nostalgia. They can bring back they can do the Michael Keaton comeback. I mean, not that's DC, I know, but they can bring back. They could do the Ben Affleck back if they wanted, or Jennifer Garner as Elektra. Oh boy,
they could feasibly bring Tony Stark back
they can do that. That opens the door for endless possibilities, and they don't have to be as creative. You don't have to. It's kind of a cheat. It's a cheat code. Multiverse stuff and all that stuff's a cheat code for non-creative people. Yeah, 100%.
All right, now, this is where my son goes on a epic rant.
Oh boy!
And the thing is, he's right. This kid's been pretty jaded about some of the movies and everything. Like he has issues with Civil War. He has issues with almost every single Marvel movie.
I do too.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, no, he's got serious issues.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So when I tell him about, so we're going to be seeing multiverse movies for a while, he says, and the MCU will be worse off for it because it's so stupid. He said Kane was defeated by ants.
Yeah.
And he's the big bad evil guy.
Socialist ants. Go ahead.
He goes, I'm threatened by this actual circus clown because I'm told. Because I'm gonna have to start reading this as emphatically as he exclamated here. So he goes on to say, like the Fantastic Four are so easy to incorporate in the story. They sold the Avengers Tower to who? The greatest scientist of our current age, the new Tony Stark, Reed Richards. Wow, his success was really taken off since he found a cure for cancer, or whatever. And what's this? He's designed a ship to travel the cosmos, one that rivals the Chitauri ships we saw back in the Battle of New York. What a guy. Let's see how it goes. He has his wife, Susan Richards, and her brother, Johnny Storm, as well as the mechanic who made it all work, Ben Grimm. And they're off. Oh no, everything went wrong. But they're okay. They just have wacky powers now, and now the family must make things work as they travel across the MCU to make their home and find their place. First stop, Wakanda.
Oh my God.
He goes, and literally the whole movie takes off from there. Like, I haven't thought of the Fantastic Four and came up with the simple premise without multiverse in 10 minutes. Yet they'll hire J.J. Abrams, give him $500 million, and we'll get a movie on par with Rise of Skywalker. I'll sell it to them for Kevin Feige's cap if it means we get a good movie.
Right, 100%, 100%. Because, like I always say, they always think that they want to reinvent the wheel. They want to pat themselves on the back for how clever they can be, and they want to make it their sandbox. They don't want to play in an already established sandbox. They got to come up with these fucking elaborate, hokey storylines, and the cheat code for that is we'll do timelines and multiverses, man, and just throw all these things are going bad. We'll just throw a little humor in there, and we'll bring back some nostalgia. We'll bring back a character. We'll bring back Andrew Garfield for a couple minutes and throw it in there. Now, Spider-Man: No Way Home could have been bad. It could have gone off the rails because the story was a little, but they did it well. But if you get it in the wrong hands, you get that kind of storyline in the wrong hands. Oh, yeah, fucking forget about it, man.
Yeah.
And
now, I will say this. This is the biggest problem the MCU has right now. Is right now all they can think is we have to go bigger. As epic and as awesome as Endgame was that big of a movie because it had to be that big of a movie. Right. Not every movie has to be that big. You look at, all right, one of the MC movies that easily falls into my top 5, if not my top 3 MCU movies is Winter Soldier. And that movie is so small scale compared to all the other stuff that goes on within some of these MCU movies. It's extremely small scale. Yeah, okay, yeah, S.H.I.E.L.D. gets, we find out S.H.I.E.L.D. was infiltrated and it gets taken down. But how huge of a ramification did that have across all the MCU movies? Practically none.
Right. It was a
Practically not.
self-contained story
We
with
still see, we
yeah.
still see the new Shield show up in freaking Age of Ultron after that.
Yeah.
So it's not like, it had a huge ramification, all that, but it had a big ramification, what in Cap's small part of the universe. It was
Right.
it was a small scope of a story, and it's by far easily one of the top 3 MCU movies in my mind.
And well, it's just not in your mind. Winter Soldier is regarded as one of the best across the board. It's regarded as one of the highest quality type movies of the Marvel. That was the Russo brothers first. I believe that was the Russo brothers first, and they wanted to make sure they made a great standalone movie to show their chops, to show their directing and chops on getting they weren't really concerned about the big picture in that. And that's the problem now. They've expanded this where they're so worried about these phases. I hate when they announce these phases. Oh, we're doing this phase. Fuck your phase. Make a good movie now. Make this movie good. The one you're doing currently, make it source accurate. Make the characters make sense. Keep the fucking hokiness out of it. Take this movie seriously, and the big picture will take care of itself. You keep doing that, and people aren't, they're worried about, well, we have to do this for stage 6, 5 years down the road, let's go ahead and plant this seed. Yeah. No, make this good movie now.
Just like, well, I mean, when you look back at the original 3 phases, right? They were kind of simple, and they were laid out.
Yeah,
they were simple and laid out. But now you look at phase 4 and on, there is so much shit in there. It reminds me of that episode of freaking South Park when they're doing Coon and Friends, and and they're laying out the different phases and all. It looks like that.
They were making making fun so bad of those phase things.
But the phase 4 and on looks like that board.
Right. It's and that's what they're saying. That's what they're losing sight of the present quality, thinking that there's going to be some huge payoff 6 years down the road. But the problem is, if you don't do it right now, 6 years down the road doesn't matter. They did those Marvel movies leading up, Iron Man 1. Iron Man 2, they stubbed their toe a little bit. It was still relevant within the, that was more of a big picture movie. They could have made that movie a lot better. It's not as bad as everyone says. I hated the third one. I did not like the third one because I thought they kind of went off the rails a little bit on Iron Man 3, but they were worried more about making this movie good. It seems now that they're just wanting to dazzle people with tying them into the Disney shows and the streaming show. It's a mistake, man. You're watering down all this stuff. I think they're too worried about this phase shit, Well, we got to make this payoff right for the end of, so we can set up. We're setting up phase 6 now. Well, if nobody gives a shit when phase 6 comes along, then what did you do? You're just wasting your time.
And another thing too, that with the Winter Soldier movie, it wasn't just another superhero movie.
It's an espionage movie.
I can't remember who it was. I can't remember exactly how the quote went, but somebody, was saying, they were talking about, they went, I went to go see a superhero movie, and I'm watching like a
spy movie. Yeah.
And I'm like, they're like, this is fucking amazing. And that's another thing they've gone off.
Right.
Like with Iron Man 3, I had a conversation with Janzer about this just the other day, about how they could have done Iron Man 3 better. Because honestly, for crying out loud, okay, it's supposed to be the last Iron Man movie, but with everything that was still laid out because of all the phases and everything, like you were saying, that was going on in the MCU, did everybody really think that Tony was going to give up all of his fucking armors?
Right.
No.
Right.
Yep.
So
it would have been a lot better. I laid out a simple plot and everything. It's like, instead of making, his PTSD, they should have focused in on what they should have done was the drunk,
Right. I saw that.
The drunk.
I saw
Tony
your
Stark,
conversation.
where he's using alcohol and everything to cope with his PTSD from the Battle of New York and everything like that. He falls off, and they show in flashbacks, of him just like being a drunken idiot in the Iron Man suit and all that, to the point where Rhodey's got to step up and he's got to take over the role.
Yep.
And he takes over the role as War Machine, not Iron Patriot.
That Iron Patriot, I wasn't crazy about that.
But he takes over the role as War Machine and all that, and then the Mandarin, the actual Mandarin, not fucking this
actor. Yeah, the fucking what a waste! What a waste, man!
What a waste of Ben Kingsley. Seriously,
you wasted the actor and you wasted the character. I mean, they did a twofer. Yeah, they couldn't be any worse on that. Yeah,
but I mean, don't get me wrong, Ben Kingsley does that role very well.
For what it was written.
For what it was written, he does that very.
100%. Yeah.
He's like, I am an actor.
Actor. It's not his fault. It was written to be like that. Yeah.
I mean, he does an extremely good job with that role. But I mean, it was just. I mean, oh man, it was just bad. And but the Mandarin, freaking starts on his shit. Whatever it is with the extremist formula. I mean, he's using Killian. They're both partnered up with all this and everything. They can still go along with all that, but with Ben Kingsley being the actual Mandarin,
right?
And so they get on. It gets in. Rhodey, is trying to take care of it and everything like that. He can't handle it, and it becomes a redemption arc for Tony to get off the bottle, get back in the suit, man up, and get back on the field.
Well, they did some of that in Iron Man. I was talking to Janzer about this today, actually. They did some of that in Iron Man 2. They just didn't go deep enough with it, and they didn't take it seriously enough. Like Janzer said, they made him a party boy instead of having a serious issue. Yeah, I know he had blood poisoning with the radium in the arc reactor element.
That wasn't a result. Him doing that wasn't a result of, PTSD.
Right. It was right.
It was more a result of him, not thinking he had much more time left.
Right, exactly. And that's why, they had that stupid DJ that part was stupid in Iron Man 2. That should have been taken more seriously. They should have waited till Iron Man 3, like you said, to start covering that demon in the bottle stuff. Yeah. That would have been
bottle. That was the name of it. Thank you.
Yeah, from 79.
That was going to bother me because I couldn't remember that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if they made the stories more about the characters and what the overlying arc story is about, across the entire MCU.
Exactly.
The movies would be doing a lot
100%. That's basically sums it up. They've foregone the current characters. They've made a mockery of the current characters to try to do some big phase picture, worried about the next phase and stuff and tying it into Loki show. And it's a mistake, man. They've gone off the rails, man. And it might be too late. That train might be too late. It might be headed for the cliff, and they're at a point of no return. And I think people have pretty much given. I'm pretty sure it's. I did a video with Blaze Wright a couple months ago about the Ant-Man movie, and he goes, the MCU's dead. And I was like, oh no, man, it's not dead. Well, I apologize to him. I think the MCU's about dead. I think he was right. I was wrong. The MCU's dead. Stick a fork in it, man. Yeah.
It's been there. I haven't seen, like you, I haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3 yet.
I've heard yeah. Do I really need to see it? Well, I mean, what? Warlock. Why are you putting Warlock in it now? They should have put Warlock in it. They should have introduced the Warlock character in Guardians of the Galaxy 1 at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 1, the Warlock character should have been introduced. And then the Warlock should have been in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And then you could have had a little bit of Warlock interaction with Thanos and all that. Just like the comic book. Hey,
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
My last hope is going to be my last
Help
hope
me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Is going to be the new Captain America movie.
Oh no.
That's going to be my last hope.
We were getting along so well, Super Patriot. You had to do that. That movie's dead. I put a thing on Twitter today. Well, how much money is that? What's the betting line on how much money that movie's going to lose?
I'm curious where they're going with it. Because it's got Tim Blake Nelson's in it.
Oh no. The leader?
He is reprising his role as the leader.
He wasn't actually the leader. It was a build up to him being the leader.
All
right, you got me curious. You got me a little curious. Let me show you the tweet I made today about that. Somebody had that. There it is. Captain America Brave New World is wrapped filming. I said, what's the betting line on how much cash this one's going to lose?
Yeah.
I'm not going to see it in the theater. I'll just tell it right now. I won't see it in the theater. I'll watch it. I'll give it a shot on Disney Plus if I resubscribe. I canceled it a few months ago, but I think it's gonna. I don't know who's directing it. I don't know. Give me the Russo brothers again. You know what I mean? At least give me some hope.
I think the Russo brothers are everybody's. Julius Ona? Who the fuck?
At least it's not Tiki Torch. I mean, or some dumb woman doing Eternals or some shit. God, why they made that movie, I have no idea. I don't mean to go on a rant on that, but
oh man, seriously?
I've never heard of him.
Oh, don't tell me this guy was a diversity hire.
Of course, he's a diversity hire.
This guy, he's got a credential of directing shorts.
Oh God.
His first feature, I'm guessing, was called Big Man. Next up was The Girl Is in Trouble. This is that was in 2012. 2015, Girl in Trouble. Avicii Broken Arrows was a music video in 2015 he did. And then he directed the Cloverfield Paradox.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That didn't do well, did it?
No. Oh, no.
And his most recent movie was called Luce.
I'm going to quote Shawshank Redemption now. Hope is a dangerous thing. Super Patriot. What are you talking about, Andy? Hope. Mexico's down there and we're in here. And that's the fucking reality, okay? I don't mean to throw a bucket of confetti on your parade about this movie, Super Patriot, but oh boy.
I mean, the guy's only got 3 featured director credentials.
Well,
and one of them is Cloverfield Paradox.
Your tone got way more morbid after you've been reading reading his resume. Let's put it that way. You don't have the hope in your voice anymore. But we don't know. I don't like the character. Let's put it that way. I want Sam Wilson as the Falcon because I love the Falcon. I've loved the Falcon since I was a little kid. I loved it when it was Captain America and the Falcon, and I was 1977, buying them off the, spinner rack until they ended up changing it back and they got rid of the Falcon. but off the Captain America book, which pissed me off. But I was getting some of those back issues as a kid, in the early 70s, mid 70s, when it was the Falcon, Captain America and the Falcon. I loved it, man. I loved it. I love that character. And I don't want to see Falcon as Captain America. I don't want to see it. Sorry. And I know you disagree with me on, well, it's the mantle of it. I don't buy into that mantle bullshit. There's one Captain America, baby.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's fine if you don't. I mean, I don't, I'm just saying.
I do agree with you. When it comes to Captain America, that is a character where the man is bigger than the mantle.
Right.
In my opinion. I agree with you on that. However, at the same time, the man did choose Sam.
That's
Not
true.
Just,
That's true.
Movie, but in the comics, so,
right?
100%. I'm willing to go along with Cap's judgment on this, and see how Sam does. I think honestly, if based on what I've seen from the comics, and what I saw in Falcon and the Winter Soldier and all that, I think Sam's on the right track. I think he's got a lot more learning to do and all that when it comes to determining like who the bad guys actually are. That whole you gotta stop calling them terrorists thing. I'm sorry, they blew up buildings and cars with people in them and killed them.
Right.
They're terrorists. All right.
My question is, how is the leader, Tim Blake Nelson? How does the leader go into beside Captain America?
Well, remember the name of this movie is Captain America: Brave New World.
Okay, which they changed from the New World Order. Yeah,
I'm not sure exactly why they did that though.
Yeah, well, it was triggering people. Yeah,
I can't remember why they did that. But this movie also stars Harrison Ford. He's coming in as Thunderbolt Ross.
Oh yeah, because he died. The other guy died.
Hurt passed away.
Yeah, John Hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, and Liv Tyler is reprising her role as Betty Ross.
I did not know that.
Yes.
But how do you? I just don't know how that figures into a Captain America storyline. Is my point. I mean, the leader obviously is the Hulk.
It's probably going to have to do with something to do with the super trying to bring back the super soldier serum
thing. I got you. Yeah.
Because that was supposedly that was the experiment that created that they were trying to recreate, that they ended up coming up with the Hulk. I'm surprised. No, actually, I'm not surprised that Blonsky's not in this.
Well, they had the Abomination in the She-Hulk.
Yeah.
I know you. I don't know if you watched the She-Hulk thing or not.
It
was horrible. I watched 3 episodes of it.
That last episode was a slap in the face of every freaking MCU comic and Marvel comic fan in existence.
The whole series was a slap in the face. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I love She-Hulk.
But the last episode, oh my God!
I didn't even watch it.
How and in the interviews with the writers, oh my God, the interviews, those were the actual writers in that scene when she busts into the writers' room for her show, and she starts yelling at them about how they ended how they wrote the original ending, how bad it was.
Because they're doing the break the fourth wall, the John Byrne treatment of the character, which they fucked up.
They had the actual writers in that writers' room and all that. And then later on, you see interviews with the writers, and they knew that the shit that they were writing was going to piss people off to the point where the next episode they fucking fourth wall broke talked about it. They knew people were going to be pissed off about the series and not like the series with the way they were going with it. They didn't care. It was just them flipping off all the fucking Marvel fans, all the She-Hulk fans, and saying, "Fuck you guys! We're gonna take this character that you guys all fucking let's face it, it is She-Hulk. It is a niche group of people who are big She-Hulk fans,
right?
And they're gonna piss off that one niche group. Are you serious?
That's what they do, according to that guy's response to that tweet. Marvel, we don't make stuff that you're gonna. Oh, it's self-destruction.
And then she goes in, she breaks into the office to talk to Kevin, right? Because that was her whole goal, was going to talk to Kevin.
Oh,
and
God.
Kevin turns out to be this AI machine or whatever, this freaking sentient robot. And all that, but his initials are KEV or like that.
So
that's why they came
stupid. So stupid. Man,
oh my God! I watched that episode. I'm like, what are you doing?
I watched the first 3 episodes and then I watched half of the 4th and I checked out. I didn't watch another one. I said, I can't watch this garbage anymore.
I'm a misogynist. I'm a masochist. I will watch until the end.
Well, because you still want to see how it relates to everything. Yeah, I don't blame you. I do that. I do that too with most stuff. Lately, though, I've had less time, so I was like, man, I got to start cutting some of this shit out. And the stuff I just don't like, I'm taking a Janzer stance on it. If I know I'm not gonna lie, I'm just not gonna watch it. I'm just not gonna give it my attention. I don't give a shit,
No, and then, oh my God, even like the biggest joke of the whole fucking thing was, right? Charlie Cox comes back as Matt Murdock and everything. They're having a little family picnic in the backyard at her mom and dad's house.
I saw some clips about this. Yeah.
Bruce comes back from his little outer space adventure, right? And he's like, "Oh, hey, everybody, yeah, I'm back. Oh, by the way, this is my son Scar."
Yeah, I know.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
And then they had Charlie Cox have a affair with her or one night stand, and then he's doing he's the walk of shame, leaving. They're making a mockery of this shit. That's not a good way to set up a new fucking Daredevil series. You need to make it a continuation of the Netflix series, where it was actually taken seriously, where it was given the Frank Miller treatment. Come on. Oh well. What are you gonna do? Do you see what I have up on the screen right now?
I'm looking at it right
Fantastic
now.
Four, November 8th, 2024. That's not gonna happen. For one, you have a writer's strike.
I think a lot of these dates have changed.
They've got it. There's no way that's gonna be out anytime. They're gonna be hard pressed to get this out by 2025.
Because I haven't heard anything about the Echo series.
I heard it was almost canceled. Nobody gives a shit about Echo. There's going to be more people that watch the fucking Kamala Khan horse shit, and no one watch that, than they're going to watch this Echo horse shit.
I watched the Ms. Marvel series. If you are a preteen girl, you would like that series.
I watched the first 2 episodes. I was done. I checked out. For one, I don't like the character. I don't like Terrigen Mist. I don't like the. Here's the thing. She's not.
She's
not the Terrigen. What I'm saying is,
not inhuman. In fact, they actually make a hint at her possibly being a mutant.
Well, here's the thing. I was having this discussion at the comic book shop yesterday with the owner of Bob's Comic Castle. He said he hated the way they did Inhumans in comic books anyway, because they were trying to make Inhumans the second coming of mutants, because the mutant thing went over so well that you could just create a character, didn't have to have any creativity about it. They could just make a character and say, "Oh, they're a mutant." We don't need to explain how he came about. Yeah. So they did the same thing they basically made Inhumans second class X-Men and claiming they're just mutants.
That was done more as an FU to Fox.
That's true. But it's just, I don't like those characters. I don't like that Miss Marvel. I don't like that Kamala Khan character. And it's not because she's a Muslim. I just think it's a fucking, it's not a creative character. They got that G. Willow Wilson lady to write it. She's Muslim, so we got to have a Muslim character. I hate that shit. I hate that. I just, I don't know. It's a fucking failed character. Sorry. They've tried so hard to push. The only other character that they've bent over backwards to push to the public to try to get over is Miles Morales. Second is Kamala Khan. They've broken their backs trying to push those characters.
Oh, did you see how upset everybody got because Kamala Khan's dead right now?
I give two fucks. And they're going to bring her back to try to reboot it.
They killed her off. They killed her off in a Spider-Man comic. And
yeah, I saw that.
Everybody was like, she has nothing to do with Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man wouldn't give a shit. Right. Exactly. It's so obvious and cringy what they're doing to boost sales. And I argue with these fucking this new generation of comic book. I argue with some of them because they're all because they hate everything that came before. You know, they're postmodernists. They hate everything that came before, and everything now is like all progressive and good. So yeah. I'm some fucking evil conservative for liking the old stuff and wanting the continuation of the thing that actually made the character people give a shit about the characters in the first place. All right. And I don't like the watering down and cheapening of these characters. And that's exactly what's happening. And they're getting so damn lazy with these events and killing this person off and then doing this. And oh, Jesus. Peter Parker wouldn't give two shits if Kamala Khan died. All right.
Yeah. One of the things that they did in that Ms. Marvel series, though, that I was kind of like, really, why are you telling this story? Was because in the series, you know, she's not an Inhuman, but she's like a descendant of a woman who's from like another dimension,
right,
or something like that. And that's kind of like where she gets her powers from with that, you know, I forget what they actually call it, that bracelet that she wears,
right.
Then they did like a time travel thing where she went back to 1947 India. During the partition of India and Pakistan, where they kicked all the Muslims out of India and moved them up to Pakistan and gave them that territory after England left India. Up to govern themselves.
Right.
And then they try to paint it all the blame for all that on England.
The English, right.
And I'm like, okay, well, you know, I mean, you know, I'm sorry, you know, but you know the railroads that they were using to move the Muslims to Pakistan, England built those railroads.
Right. They did you they actually got you. They actually brought some civility to your fucking barbaric asses. Sorry. I said it. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I mean, you know, it's like, you know, I watch Carl Benjamin, you know, Sergeant on the Cod on his Lotus Eaters podcast, and he's always, you know, making that joke. He's like, you know, welcome to the 20th century. You're welcome. You know,
yeah, 100%.
We built you railroads. So, you know, it's like we showed you how to make concrete. Yeah, instead of building your huts out of dung. You know.
Yeah, people. Yeah, exactly. That's actual progress.
Yeah,
that's actual progress. Progress isn't a feeling. You're feeling compassion. That's a feeling. That's an emotion. Emotions aren't progress. All right. Fucking actual tangible shit that fucking gives you a better quality of life for a society is actual progress. Something you can actually put your hands on. Not, well, we need to have more compassion or diversity. You can't touch diversity. That's just a fucking made up horse shit. That's made up horse shit. That's all it is. That's not progress. Give me things that actually progress a society. I go on a big, never mind. I just, it's the same thing with the fucking native coming over here. And I hear people all the time, we stole this land. No, this land was not owned by anybody. It was just nomadic tribes that they didn't have any charter for territories. They didn't have any. They were all dying of diseases and raping and killing each other. All right, they're basically barbarian. Yeah, they might be. Yeah, I know Kevin Costner movies. They're noble and fucking the white man is a bunch of whatever. That's actual progress. That's why we have the greatest nation that's ever existed on this fucking planet right now, because of the people that came over. If it hurts your feelings that I say it, I don't care. It's just reality.
It's not just the people, because the people who came over, but the people who came over looking for a new opportunity.
Right.
And looking for freedom.
Yep.
From the countries that they were living in.
You colonizer. Yeah, maybe you need to be colonized. Okay? Maybe you need some civility. I mean, come on. Look at Janzer, what Janzer's going through in his neighborhood. With all the drugs, and he's got to have this. You think Janzer would like? This is going to sound terrible. Okay, this is going to absolutely sound terrible. But wouldn't Janzer like a little higher class of person coming in and colonizing that neighborhood a little bit? Yes, he would. Well, and if he were in the chat right now, he'd fucking agree with me.
The thing is, though, is like, I think Janzer would appreciate people coming in that neighborhood and paying to come in that neighborhood
and actually care, right?
He is literally dealing with derelicts coming in and literally colonizing his land.
Yeah, crack houses and fucking drug houses. He wants. I don't. I know it sounds terrible. Yeah, Phil's like, "Yep, sounds terrible." Sorry, Phil. It is what it is, man. I'm just calling it what it is. All right. I don't mean to.
All right. Before you keep going down this tangent and get yourself banned.
Yeah, that's true.
I found something interesting here. Something else interesting.
Okay.
With the casting in this Brave New World for Captain America: Brave New World. There is a Shira Haas, attractive young woman, who has been cast in here. She is playing Sabra.
Okay. I don't know who that actor is. I know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know who she is either.
Yeah. I'm not super familiar with that character, but that's interesting. I'll have to look into that. Definitely.
Yeah, Sabra. I brought her up because it sounded, familiar to me as well. She is a Marvel comic character.
Mm-hmm.
It was first appeared in Incredible Hulk number 250. In a cameo before making a full appearance in Incredible Hulk number 256. Sabra.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see here. She is. She's basically Israel's Captain America.
Oh, I know who it is now. She was in the Contest of Champions comic book that was released. I could go on a huge long story. I'm going to make a long story short here. To coincide with the 1980 Olympics, Marvel Comics wanted to do a comic book thing where the superheroes were competing against each other, like a little Contest of Champions thing. Well, we all know what happened 1980s Olympics. We boycotted. United States boycotted. Yeah. So they had to nix that project at Marvel. That was one of the characters that was created for that Contest of Champions. And they went on to release it later, a couple years later, where it was basically, it wasn't like events, but they had two superhero factions battling. And that Israeli character was created. I knew that character from somewhere. That was created for that. Yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah.
I have that comic book digitally. I could bring it up, but I'm not going to just for that character. But I'm saying, yeah, that's where that character. That's the origin of that character.
But yeah, she's basically the Captain America equivalent for Israel. She's their national.
I'm hoping that little spiel I just did is accurate, because I'm thinking maybe it's a different Israeli hero. Now that I think of it, that might not be right, what I just said. I might be thinking of a different Israeli hero that they created for that comic book thing.
Reading her first publicly out of Sabra was a battle with the Hulk, whom she mistakenly believed was working with terrorists. Development for that, Saber was chosen as a pawn of death in the latter's game against the Grand Master.
Yes. So I was right.
There she met Iron Man and the Arabian Knight and battled She-Hulk and Captain Britain.
Yes. So
she later appeared at the Hulk's amnesty ceremony in Washington, D.C. Some years later, Saber's blah, blah.
Yep.
Another dispute with the Hulk was intensified. Saber's powers temporarily robbed him of his voice. I don't know. What powers did she have?
I don't know.
Superhuman strength, speed, agility, durability, stamina, and reflexes, ability to transfer her life energy to other people, ability to grant superpowers to other people, regenerative healing factor. Equipment includes wrist gauntlets that fire plasma bursts and paralyzing quills and anti-gravity devices granting flight and standard weapons. Trained armed and unarmed combat. She was a former Mossad officer.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. But you said that the first appearance was in what, Hulk 250?
Yeah, first it was a cameo in Hulk 250.
Cameo in Hulk 250.
Full appearance was Hulk 256.
Okay. But nothing about Contest of Champions. Okay. I might be thinking of a different Israeli.
But it doesn't say anything about Contest of Champions in here, but I'm not sure what, whatever this game between Death and the Grandmaster was.
Yeah, that was actually done as the Contest of Champions. You had the Grandmaster versus a mysterious cloak character, and nobody who knew who it was. Yeah, and it turned out to be, and what happened was it was supposed to end in a tie, but they screwed up. Like, there's a big, long story about the development of that.
There was a character called the Champion, right?
I'm not sure. There was a super group called the Champions.
No, I remember from my Marvel updates.
I'm going to bring up Hulk 250 real quick because I'm curious. I just want to see. Let me see if I can find Hulk. Of course, they've got it listed like, God, I swear this Marvel app, dude, they need to get their shit together. They got everything. It's so unorganized, man. I don't know if it's Incredible Hulk, The Incredible Hulk, when I'm trying to look for something. Or just Hulk. I'm just curious at the I don't know that's kind of an obscure character to bring into Captain America.
I mean, if they're doing the smart thing, like they did with Winter Soldier, and they're making it about, they're not going all big. Why is every freaking link for Contest of Champions going to this stupid game?
I forget, man. I had it bookmarked at one point, and I don't know if I still had it because I was going to go over it one day on YouTube, and I couldn't remember. I don't think I kept it in the bookmark. But yeah, it was originally supposed to be a thing for the 1980 Summer Olympics. We ended up boycotting because the Soviets invaded Afghanistan. So the United States didn't participate in the 1980 Summer Olympics. And that kind of threw that little comic book thing that Marvel had planned. But nobody told Pablo Marcus, and he went ahead and did the whole fucking 50 pages of it, and then they never used it. Nobody gave him so he went ahead and inked the entire thing, and nobody got in contact with him. I mean, I could go on and on about it. There's more to that story, but yeah,
this one, I'm looking at the Wikipedia page for it. It says it was written by Mark Grunwald, Bill Mantlo, and Stephen Grant.
Yep. Bill Mantlo, yeah.
You're right. The story was intended to be a celebration of the 1980 Summer Olympics held in Moscow and depicted Marvel superhero engaging in competitions. The plan was scuttled when the United States refused to participate in Summer Games of protest against Soviet invasion of Afghanistan in late 1979. The comic was already mostly complete, so Marvel published Contest of Champions 2 years later.
Yes, before Secret Wars.
With a reworked storyline that avoided any connection to the Olympics.
100%.
Let's see here. In Elder of the Universe, the Grandmaster challenges a hooded female called the Unknown, eventually revealed to be Death, to a game for the life of his fellow Elder, the Collector, killed by the cosmic being Korvac in the title Avengers.
Yes.
Pair decide to use various superheroes from Earth as pawns, the goal being to collect the 4 pieces of a prize called the Golden Globe of Life. Victory for the Grandmaster's team means the Collector may be resurrected, while loss indicates the character must remain dead.
Yep. And they screwed up. Somehow they made it a tie, or they said that the Grandmaster won. But if you go through the comic, see, I had the comic book when I was a kid, and if you go through and look at the fights, it's actually a tie. But they claim that the Grandmaster side won. So somebody screwed up. It was kind of a.
It says here, although the storyline depicts a tie and the Grandmaster's team is written as being successful, Death advises that the Collector can only be resurrected if the Grandmaster takes his fellow Elder's place in the realm of the dead. With the character,
I forgot about that part. I forgot about that part. Yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that character is the Israeli, because they had a French guy, they made a French superhero, they had a bunch of them.
They got a list here. International heroes: Blitzkrieg from Germany.
Yes.
Collective Man from China, Defensor from Argentina, Peregrine from France, Shamrock from Ireland. Wow, Shamrock. Really?
Shamrock from Ireland. Shamrock? Yeah.
You guys could do better than Shamrock. Come on, man. and Talisman from Australia.
From Australia, right. Yep. I had it when I was a kid, and I thought it was neat, but what happened originally was they assigned it, I forget the artist they assigned it to. They had it written and they sent it off to be inked by Pablo Marcus, and then they gave the call out, and I think it was originally George Perez. I'm thinking that might be wrong, though. I can't remember the original artist that was supposedly going to do the original one that never came to fruition. And they contacted George Perez and they said, "We're nixing it. Stop it. You're not going to get paid anymore. We can't do the project where they've withdrawn for the Olympics. They were not going to release it." And nobody contacted Pablo Marcus, and he went ahead and completed it. Inked it. He embellished it and inked it entirely, and no one contacted him because he didn't live in New York. He was living somewhere else, and they were doing things by the mail. They would send shit by the mail, and so Pablo Marcus.
We still had fucking phones back then, man. Yeah. They were rotary, but we had phones.
They totally forgot. The Marvel office totally forgot to contact the inker, and he went ahead and fucking did the whole thing and never got paid for it.
Oh, yeah, that sucks, dude.
Yeah. So, that's kind of the backstory of that.
Right. And I was correct. Technically, the character, he's actually another Elder of the Universe, the Champion of the Universe.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was talking about.
Okay.
I thought maybe he was involved in that. I couldn't. Contest. I'm
not familiar with that. I'm not familiar with that character. So I couldn't tell you.
He's one of the other Elders of the Universe. He
like the Stranger, the Collector, Grandmaster. Yeah.
And he was one of the possessors. He actually possessed the Power Gem.
Ah, okay.
Back then, they were all called Soul Gems.
They were all Soul Gems. Yeah, Adam Warlock had one. Right.
It wasn't. Warlock had one. The Collector had one.
The Stranger had one.
The Stranger had one. Yeah. I think the In-Betweener had one too.
Could be. Yeah.
And this champion here, but his turned out to be the Power Stone, or the Power Gem. None of them were called the Infinity Stones. They were all called Soul Stones until Thanos went on his Thanos quest before Infinity War.
Right. Yep.
Let's see. Yeah, he was first. This guy's his first appearance was Marvel 2-in-1, annual number 7.
Whose first appearance?
The Champion of the Universe.
Oh, okay. Marvel 2-in-1. Which one?
Annual number 7.
Annual number 7. I never had that one. I probably have never read that. Probably why I'm not familiar with that character.
It's got, dude, oh, damn, dude, it's got the Thing in Spider-Man. They're fighting Thanos on the cover of it.
Oh, I have seen that. I've seen that one. I used to love Marvel 2-in-1. Yeah, I have seen that issue. I'm looking for it. Man, I can't find shit. Man, I need to get this. This fucking desktop
I don't have
app.
a search option on it.
Do what?
There's
Yeah,
no
but
search
it's
option?
real fucking sketchy, man. Like you'll let's see. Marvel 2-in-1 annual 7. I'm just curious. Nah, that's fucking. This is garbage, man. Fucking their app on the phone is much better. Their desktop app sucks. I was just curious for my own Marvel 2-in-1 annual. They don't even have it.
Yeah, this guy here, Jim, he's one of the alien elders of the universe. He's an immortal because have been born a billion years ago. Blah blah blah. Though he, wishes to prove himself the greatest warrior in the universe, he usually does so fairly. Keep himself busy by fighting powerful warriors throughout the universe. Jimmy the Universe's promoter supreme in Proja preceded the champion's journey to Earth and recruited 8 of Earth's strongest male heroes. Champion having decided eons earlier that females were inferior and not worth fighting. Well, it's not wrong there. Champion Champion then forced their participation by threatening to destroy the planet should they not fight him. For those unworthy of the glorious gift that is the true spirit of competition would be purified. Champion challenged superheroes Thing, Namor, Hulk, Colossus, Sasquatch, Thor, Doc Samson, and Wonder Man to a boxing match in Madison Square Garden.
Oh my God.
While a force field was around it and brought them to his extra-dimensional training facility to prepare for the match. Champion ended up disqualifying Namor for refusing to stoop to training. That sounds about right. Then he disqualified Doc Samson for not being sufficiently skilled to qualify as an opponent. When it came to the day of the boxing match, Thor was disqualified for throwing his hammer. He was allowed to use it since he was powerless, but he was allowed to use it since he was powerless without it. This is back when he had the force change after he wasn't in contact with his hammer for very long.
Right. Yeah.
Hulk was disqualified because the champion refused to, quote, soil his hands on a mindless animal.
Oh my God.
Wonder Man was disqualified for tearing up the ring after being battered badly in the first round. Oh, Wonder Man threw a temper tantrum?
The only one I can bring up is number 2, Thing in Spider-Man versus Thanos here to duel the Mad God.
That's it.
That's it?
The cover up.
Oh, okay.
Right
okay. Let me
I don't know why it says annual number 7 on here, but
I was going to say there was never an annual 7 of Marvel 2-in-1. It stopped with I think number 5 it stopped I'm on the I need to switch scenes here. I don't have a big enough screen to now I can get into some shit here. Amazing Spider-Man, Marvel 2-in-1. Ah, there we go. Now it's still 2. Oh, I've got it on the wrong. God, what a jerk I am. All right. I had that on the wrong format. Oh, Joe Rubenstein. Jim Starlin. Yes. I remember this issue. God, I haven't looked at this issue in forever, dude.
This may be linking to the wrong.
I don't remember a character called the Champion in this. That's why I want to.
No, this is the one where they. Isn't this the one where Adam Warlock? Yeah, I think this is the one where Adam Warlock comes back and kills Thanos.
Yeah. God, I love Jim Starlin. Oh my God.
Yeah, they're crediting DeFalco for writing and Ron Wilson for the art, being the artist.
That's a different issue. This is Jim Starlin, Rubenstein inking. Yeah, this is 1977. Yeah, this is older. I had this issue though. I had forgotten about this issue. I had this issue when I was a kid. I had fucking forgotten about all this shit. Oh, look at that big splashy page with it. I love the way. Well, Starlin created Thanos. You know that, don't you? He was the guy that invented the character, so he draws them awesome.
Let's see here. Sasquatch was knocked out in the first round.
Yeah, Sasquatch didn't exist in this. Yeah, at this time. Yeah, so.
And Colossus was defeated by technical knockout in the first round when he was unable to continue fighting. Alone of all of Earth's superheroes not previously disqualified, Thing managed to put up a semblance of a fight against the champion and lasted longer than any previous opponent the champion had fought. Of all the opponents the champion ever faced, only Thing lasted more than 2 rounds. Although that seems kind of a technical thing there. Although the champion fought Thing and ultimately defeated him with ease, Thing would not surrender, and he was convinced that the entire plan was in danger. As he was, Thing believed that everyone depended on him and fought on despite broken bones and getting knocked out of the ring. Thing astonished the champion with his resilience and courage, leading the champion to say Thing was the opponent he had sought through the ages. One who would require all of his might and skill. His jaw broken and severely beaten after collapsing at the end of the 3rd round, Thing crawled across the ring to demand the fight continue, and the champion claimed victory. The forced choose between killing his defeated opponent or yielding. The champion yielded when Thing said he was just too stupid and ugly to give up. The champion replied he could never defeat Thing. He might break his bones in his body, but he would not break his spirit. The champion then stated that any planet which could produce a champion such as the Thing was truly a worthy world. Blah.
See, they stop at issue 5 on the app with Marvel 2-in-1. They don't have any more Marvel 2-in-1 annuals. Number 5 is their last one. They got my old Marvel updates, or unless you can get to the Marvel updates and all that, they might have a more accurate. Oh, I'm looking at the cover of it right now. I've never seen. This is 1982. I've never seen this comic book. I've never laid my eyes on Marvel 2-in-1 annual number 7. I know Marvel 2 I know they canceled Marvel 2-in-1 in 1984 or 83. I know the following year they canceled Marvel 2-in-1 and gave Thing they just titled it The Thing. You know, they stopped doing the 2-in-1. I've never seen this comic book. Wow. I see the champion now. I see the character. I have never seen this comic book ever in my life. Ron Wilson. Yep.
It's one of his few.
Frank Icoa. Yep. Yeah. Tom DeFalco written. Yep. Inkers. They got a lot of inkers. Dan Green, Esposito, Chick Stone, Frank Gacciola. Yep. Wow. I did not know this. That is crazy. God, I wonder why Marvel app does not have this comic book. Marvel Unlimited. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to look that one up. Yeah, it does not have it. I can get that Contest of Champions book up, though. It might take me a minute to find the fucking... I had it bookmarked at one point. It's Marvel... who knows where they have this fucking shit listed. I probably have it in my library on my phone. They don't let you have a library on the desktop app. Is what sucks. On the phone, you can have a library and keep everything you read in a library. You can just tap on it.
You have to have a login for it?
Yeah.
Are you logged in on the desktop?
Yeah, I'm logged in right now. It's a paid service.
Okay.
I pay for this every month. I pay $9.99 a month.
That's weird that they don't have the same functions.
No, it's not. This is garbage. Look at this shit. You have to scroll through this. I can't.
Yeah, I know. I'm watching you.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. See, if I put in Contest of Champions, it's not gonna. It doesn't do anything. It won't do anything. It gives me.
Oh, wait, right there.
Yeah, but it's 2015 to 2010, 1999.
Have you try looking under C?
Yeah, hold on. I had it at one point, and I can't remember where they had. Yeah, let me just look at contest of champion. Hold on one sec here. Contest. Conan. Oh, there it is. No, see? What the fuck happened to it? I literally had it like a month ago. I was reading it online. I was looking through it again because I was just like reminiscing about old comic books. And sometimes I'll just sit here and look at old comic books on this app. And it's how they've inputted it into their thing. So I'll go to Marvel, and sometimes it'll say Marvel Contest of Champions.
Oh.
But I didn't see it there either. But at one point they had it. I know because I had it. Marvel Age, Marvel. See, it's not here either. So.
Well, they're not exactly in alphabetical order.
Oh my God! It like now you see what I'm dealing with, and I can filter it. You know, I can you can go comics, Marvel Unlimited.
Hit Control F.
Huh?
No, hit Control F on your keyboard.
Okay.
Did it bring up a little search function up there?
Yeah, it just says Contest of Champions, but it won't let me do anything with it.
Wait, okay. When you hit Control F, there should be like a little box up at the top of your browser.
Yeah, and it comes up, but it doesn't. Let me hit Marvel.
So it only brings up, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And it only brings up those, son of a bitch. How many results does it bring up?
2.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's on here somewhere. It's just they have it titled.
No, that Control F function should find all.
Yeah, you know, everything pertinent to that.
On that page.
It doesn't bring it. So how they have this, they might even have it as like a reprint. And I can't remember how it all depends on how they title it in the app. You know what I mean? And, you know, who knows? It might be like Anniversary Edition, Marvel Contest of Champion or something. And I would have to, so I can't find it. I'll have to find it someday and go over it on the, let me check my bookmarks and make sure shit ain't fucking boom, boom, boom. No. Oh, there it is. I got it. Yeah. I knew I had it bookmarked. Duh. Fucking moron. There it is, right? God damn, I'm an idiot. Okay. I looked in my bookmarks. See, this is it. This is the original Marvel Superhero Contest of Champions. See what they do. See how they fucking... It's not the greatest app in the world.
You're not using the full correct titles.
I know. I'm a fucking. It's definitely not idiot proof. Let's put it that way. There's Shamrock right there at the top. You can obviously see. There's Collective Man is the Chinese guy. This guy's one of these guys is that defensor. There's the Israeli chick. Right there right by Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really nicely done. It's John Romita Jr., Pablo Marcus. But they finally used it years later, you know, but originally they were going to scrap it. It was in limbo for like 2 years, you know. But this was the precursor to Secret Wars because the fans like this so much that got the ball rolling on Secret Wars. Secret Wars may never have happened if this didn't happen. So, you know, it's like the 9 degrees of Kevin Bacon. If we don't boycott the Summer Olympics in 1980, we may never get Secret Wars, you know, or something stupid like that. Only my conspiracy theory mind would. There's the Red Ghost character. But man, this is a chore to draw. There's so many characters. But let's get to the that Israeli character. You got Spider-Woman battling. You got the Eternals down here. They even brought the Eternals in. You got Machine Man. You got Jack of Hearts, Quasar, Doc Samson, all these guys. Red superhero, American Indian superhero Red Wolf. They bring in the whole kit and caboodle here. There's Defensor. I know that's lagging behind. There's the Peregrine. I like that design of that. There's Talisman. There's Shamrock. Here it is, Sabra. Israel, there she is right there.
Yeah.
And her power base is probably going to be different than what they're going to use in the comic books. They don't, you know what I mean? Or in the, not the comic books, but in the, in the movie.
She'll probably be an Israeli super soldier.
And her, yeah, something like that. There's Blitzkrieg. There's Arabian Night and all that. There's Collective Man, Shang-Chi. But but that's the. So I knew that when you said that character, I was like, how do I know that character? There she is, right there, right, flying in the middle. Look at it, drawing all these. God, Pablo Marcus. Pablo Marcus did all this shit and didn't end up getting paid till years later after all this came out. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. What a fucking. But that's a little back history about this.
Well, I recognize the name. I mean, I don't know why. I have a thing with like I mean, she's very obscure.
Super obscure. I mean, this comic book's obscure. But
for some reason, that name always sticks out with me. For some reason, I don't know why.
Yeah, at first it didn't ring a bell, and I was like, wait a second. And the old 54-year-old cobwebs, started clearing a little bit, But I knew. But how weird to bring this character. That's just strange. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But you got me curious about it at least. I still think it's going to suck, but I mean,
Yeah, there's a good chance that's going to happen, yeah.
But here's that hooded, the unknown, and then you've got the Grandmaster. This is the character Jeff Goldblum was supposedly playing in Ragnarok, right here. Yeah, the Grandmaster character. I know you know that, but for anyone that might not know that, so. And he's much more of a serious type, imposing character in the Marvel Universe than he was in that movie,
Yeah.
They made him kind of like a silly, campy. There's a flashback right here to the Korvac. This leads up to the Korvac saga of the Avengers, when the Collector was mysteriously collecting all the Avengers. That's a great run. That's Jim Shooter, George Perez. Yeah, that's great. It's a great run of Avengers.
The original Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. Yep. George Perez drawing them too. Woo, bonus.
Yeah.
Which he had drawn them before, not in the Guardians of the Galaxy comic book, but he had drawn them before. But here you get a good look at some of those. But yeah, that's so obscure. I knew I had these bookmarked. I knew it. I knew I wasn't going crazy. I just overlooked them. But yeah, there's 3 issues of it, and then they go Marvel Superheroes 82, and then you have kind of like a little yearbook thing where they go over some of their, you got Captain Britain, Colossus, and these guys, Black Bolt and Black Knight. I know you know all these guys, but yep, it's kind of neat. That's a John Byrne Hawkeye right there, face. That's a George Perez Hellcat right there. Pretty neat. But there was 3 issues of it. So I'm not gonna look at all the issues, but yeah, it's pretty neat. Pretty neat. I'm glad you brought that up. See, you're researching more of these new movies than I am. You're more up in the loop, info-wise.
I just happened to know. I mean, I knew Harrison Ford, was going to be doing reprise.
I had forgotten that. Yeah, I had forgotten that until you said that. Yeah.
Apparently, that Danny Ramirez, that character they introduced that was helping Sam out in Falcon and Winter Soldier, he's the new Falcon. He's going to be the new Falcon.
Oh, okay.
And also that Carl Lumbly that played Isaiah Bradley, he's apparently in the movie also.
Okay. So
we'll
you're
see.
excited about this movie. You're kind of.
I mean, like I said, man, dude, I'm a huge Captain America fan. You know that.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
And I'm holding out hope that
I'm holding on.
Sam can bring it back around for everybody.
Yep. That'd be nice. Hey, I'm rooting for it. Don't get me wrong. Don't mistake my cynicism for like hatred, because it's not. But because I am rooting. I want these movies to be good.
I know, yeah.
Because I love this shit. You know that. But I don't like the turn that it's taken. And I'm not the only one. I'd rather just go back and look at the old comic books. I'm just kind of that kind of person, but yeah, that is weird, man. The Sabra from Israel. Yeah, now I'm definitely gonna do a little look into what's going on with that shit. But yeah, Marvel Unlimited is like $9.99 a month. I say fuck it. It's worth just the memories of the comic books that bring me back. To kind of fuel the imagination a little bit. $9.99 a month's good.
If I was a sub to it, I'd go back and like look at some of the older issues that I didn't read prior to when I started collecting. Because like I'm looking at this, Champion of the Universe wiki, and there's a lot of stuff involving him at the beginning of the third volume of the Silver Surfer comics. I didn't start collecting Silver Surfer for no bullshit. First Silver Surfer comic book I collected was Volume 3, number 34. And you look that up, you'll understand why.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's go character. Let's go through all this horse shit. Let me just put in silver. It's going to bring a lot of Silver Surfer stuff up. If I can fucking spell Silver Surfer. Well, I could have just. Now you said. Let me go Marvel Unlimited. Because some of the stuff. Now what is it again?
Volume 3, issue number 34.
Volume 3, issue number 34. See, I can't. I'm going to have to go by series if I'm going to look up a particular. And then let me just go to the S's and look up Silver Surfer real quick, because it'll tell me the volumes then. Yeah. Shatterstar. Okay, Silver Surfer. What year would it have been?
Oh, probably it was just before. It was before Thanos Quest and Infinity War. So
87, 1998.
87 to 98. Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah, that's probably it. Let me click on Marvel Unlimited so it won't give me the bullshit that I won't be able to look at. Silver Surfer. Oh my God. Let me load all of them. This thing is slow too. I've got a monster computer, but yeah, this app is slow as fuck. What number? I'm sorry.
34.
34. You said that about 8 times. Oh, yeah, it's got Thanos on the cover.
It's not just Thanos. It's one. That's the one that he's brought back to life.
Oh, yeah. First issue.
Yeah.
Let me look at it. I've never read this issue.
This is the issue. All right. This is the issue that birthed Infinity War.
Yeah. First issue of the new era of greatness. Let me look. Call him Thanos. Call him Death. And let's get off that. There we go. So who are we looking at art-wise here?
Ron Lim.
Oh, yes. Ron Lim.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ron Lim had a very long run on this series of Silver Surfer.
Yep. Nice. He struck down. You know, hey, it's Castle Grayskull.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mattel's gonna sue somebody, I think. Yeah, I like this. This. I'm not a huge Ron Lim fan, but yeah, this is decent. I don't have a big problem with that. Oh, Death. Okay, nice. Who's right? They don't have the credits though. The cosmic being known as the Silver Surfer, this gleaming gnat is my adversary. Oh, he knows who he is now. It's Death bringing back. Oh, he's giving him the living monolith look there with the power cosmic inside. Wait, it's a child. Gamora. No, it's a demon. It's a devil. Oh, cool. My energy blasts have no effect on this beast. I'm looking for to see what the credits are. Here we go. Jim Starlin story. Woo! Oh, awesome. Yeah, I've seen this panel before, but I've never gone through this comic book.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice. Tom Christopher inks, Ron Lim art, Jim Starlin.
This is probably one of my luckiest pickups I ever got off a rack.
So this is.
I don't think it's worth a lot. It's probably worth a lot less than it deserves to be worth.
Right. Yeah, I don't.
Because from this issue on, you get this issue. It birthed all the Infinity Wars.
Right.
All the Infinity comics.
100%. You know, and probably when they did the end scene of the Avengers, the after credits scene of the Avengers, they used this panel as some reference too. You know, they did with that floating chair, you know, the throne and all that. I like that shit. I wish they would have made Thanos even more. I wasn't completely happy with the way they depicted Thanos, but I wanted him to be a little bigger, you know, a little. Some artists throughout comic books through the 70s and everything, some would draw him like if it wasn't Jim Starlin drawing him, they would draw him differently. Like someone would draw him skinnier, someone would draw him shorter, like stockier but short. I want a tall, massive. Yeah. I like this.
Starlin and Ron Lim had such a good run on this. I mean, because they end up doing like, because this is at this time was when Nova was the Galactus's Herald.
Oh yeah. The female Nova. Yeah.
Female, not Captain Nova.
Yeah,
And he eventually, I don't know if she decides to quit working for him or something like that. They had kind of like a relationship dynamic going on between the two of them. But she was also like kind of having a relationship thing with Silver Surfer as well. But he ended up not happy with the way she was finding plans for him and everything, and he ended up taking on a new herald who just wanted. He was an executioner on his home world, and
what's the name?
I can't remember his
name.
Not
Terrax.
No, it's not Terrax. It's not Terrax. But
it's not Aunt May. Remember when Aunt May became? They did that. What if Aunt May became a herald of Galactus? They actually did that. I'm like, oh my god.
Let me see if I can find out
the name of the herald.
Yeah. Morgue.
Okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, they
that's a cool name.
Yeah, all he wanted, he just wanted, be, Galactus Herald and serve, and he didn't care who died, and he ended up going a little freaking doing beyond what what he would do instead of just hey Galactus, here's the world, you can eat it and everything. He would go to the world, wipe out the population on the planet,
and
and then
then
say,
right.
hey, here's a planet you can eat.
Mm-hmm.
And Galactus, just wanting to eat, did not care, that. And Silver Surfer ended up trying to face this guy down and couldn't beat him because he had found some planet that had a pool or something like that, a mystical pool that enhanced his abilities. So he was more powerful than the power cosmic.
I see.
And Galactus was like, okay, cool, whatever, that's fine. And so then they what was it? I think Silver Surfer ended up gathering up all of the heralds, all the previous heralds of Galactus,
Mm-hmm.
to face this Morg guy. And in the fight, Morg kills Nova.
Oh, okay.
And
Gotcha.
Galactus is like, you destroyed one of my creations, so as punishment, I'm going to take from you the power cosmic, and however you deal with these people now is up to you. And Terrax ends up killing him.
Gotcha. Nice. And that's in the Silver Surfer. That's in this run of Silver Surfer.
Mm-hmm.
Which issue?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know which issue?
I want to say it's like around issue 50, maybe something like that.
Let me find it. Hold on one sec. Oh, Drax. Drax the Destroyer, baby.
Yeah, they bring back Drax in this.
Yep. Thanos. Where is Thanos?
He's like a dumbed down
version.
He's a more buff but dumbed down version.
Dumbed down, yeah. The Dave Bautista. Why won't it let me? Hold on a sec. There we go. Next. I'm just gonna fast forward a few. There's the Drax issue. There's Silver Surfer versus Thanos. Yeah, I've never read this run. I've seen bits and pieces of it. Yeah. But I've never actually gone through and read Dynamo City. Yeah, I might have to go through and some night and give these a once over. Definitely. We're talking 1990 here. Okay, what'd you this is issue 43. I had my mouse covering it up. Keep going. There's Drax again. There's Mephisto. The boys are back. Warlock. There's more Warlock stuff.
Yeah, this is when he brings Warlock back from the Soul World. He goes into the Soul Gem, and he meets Warlock.
Primal Conflict. I like the sound of that. But that's not Morg. That's not the Herald. Here's issue 50.
Oh, that's an epic issue too, man. It's gold. It's silver foil. So like everything that's gray.
Oh yeah,
it's actually silver foil.
It's silver foil.
Yeah, it's badass, dude.
But this isn't the issue that you're talking about, though, right? Would you know the cover? No. Well, there's Nova right there, so we're getting somewhere. There's Fire Lord. He was an ex-Herald. Death to the Emperor. Do you know what the cover looks like? He's facing.
When I see it, I'll.
The universe.
That's a funny episode. That's a funny issue right there.
The universe according to Thanos.
Yeah, that's a tie-in for Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, we're reality check. The Defenders, the old Defenders. Who's that guy?
That That's not
Nebula's a crushed nebula. That's not that Morgue guy. Midnight, The Return of Midnight Sun. Collection Agency. Yeah, I gotta read this line. I gotta read this. I gotta read this run. They don't have Jim Starlin on it anymore.
Yeah, Ron Mars was writing some good issues on this too.
Image not found. What? Number 68. Now they don't even have the images. What? Oh, the digital image. Digital. It's not available. It's currently unavailable.
Oh crap.
Fuck. It might be because of the app. Because I think they've got it. Maybe they just don't have it available. You don't have access to everything. You've had access to like 45,000 back issues when you have this app.
Yeah.
I mean, I can Google it and see what number it is. I'm just curious. I don't know.
69.
Oh, you're shitting me.
Yeah.
Tell me. You mean I've met? There's 59. Maybe it just didn't load. Hold on. Maybe I was going too fast. I was like forwarding too fast. I doubt it though. I bet it. Just my luck. There's 65. 66. Watch this. 67. Watch. Yep. Fucking 68 is when it. I don't have the fucking. Hey, there's my luck. Right there. Fuck yeah. Image not found. Let me see if it's on this. Nope. 67, and then it jumps to 76. Are they fucking with me? Oh my God, dude. Sometimes it feels like the world just fucks with me. I like Jack of Hearts, though. That's cool that they brought him in. There's Morgue right there versus Terrax. We'll get the next best thing. Yeah, there's Morgue versus Terrax. Ooh, I like the way they do that. Whatever you call that, texturing.
They had to bring, because when Terrax killed him, Terrax, he used an axe. When he killed Morgue, his axe had been broken, so he took Morgue's axe, and Morgue comes back somehow. I can't remember how. He goes looking for. He goes looking for Terrax because he wants his axe back.
Okay. The axe, Terrax. Give me the axe and I will grant you a quick death. Yeah. So they're gonna have a fucking throwdown. Fucking epic throwdown. What's this shit on the side here?
That's that girl that she's like training or whatever.
Yeah.
I can't remember what her purpose was.
I'm not crazy about. Yeah, they're ruining the cool actions. Get the fuck off the page, bitch. Yeah, it's this is cool though. I like this. You are nothing, but you're saying he killed. I like the way they do that texturing of Terrax's skin. I've always liked that, but they've taken it to a next level. I remember I used to have the first. I still have the first appearance of Terrax. John Byrne, Fantastic Four. And there's the axe. There's.
Oh God, I remember this.
Yep.
I remember this. I don't remember her, but I remember this. This led up to a storyline where shit. it introduced a new this new cosmic being called Tyrant or something like that, and him and Galactus ended up having history. I can't remember how, but Silver Surfer ends up having to gather up shit. Has to get Gladiator and Beta Ray Bill.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And Jack of Hearts.
Yeah.
And
what a fucking team that'd be. They should have made a comic book of that team.
no, it was like a cosmic Avengers team. It was so badass, and they have to go up against this guy. I can't remember how it all ended though.
That'd be badass. Silver Surfer, if they'd have a team of Jack of Hearts, Silver Surfer, Gladiator, what was the other name mentioned? I can't remember, but that'd be badass. I like anything with Jack of Hearts anyway. I love that character. That character's so cool.
Oh, this is a new character called Ganymede.
Ganymede? Next, Tyrant. Yep. Named after the moon of Saturn. Yeah, or whatever. Yeah. Or Jupiter or whatever. Can't remember. Next, Tyrant. Yep, you're right. And you can tell this is a early 90s comic book. That's the style, the way the Liefeld, the Jim Lee Liefeld effect,
Yeah.
Very similar. That's cool. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to read these.
The next issue, you're going to see something funny because it plays into also what was going on at the time was the I remember the first page of this. I think it's this issue. Because it plays it's Marvel making a little joke at DC's expense.
On this,
okay, so it's not this issue.
Not this issue. Death to Those Who Serve, Tyrant, Ron Mars. Yep, Ron Lim. Yeah, Ron Mars is somebody new to me. I've not like I said, I've not read these issues. I've got them all at my fingertips. Well, kind of.
These are early 90s.
Yeah, these are badass. I was not reading comic books in the early 90s. Here and there, once in a while, but it wasn't Silver Surfer. Damn, I missed out. Now this little homeland thing here, that kind of reminds me of that floating thing that Lanos was in the Avengers post-credit scene. Kind of remind that little realm he was on with that. Well, now it's not. It's simply called Fortress, but now it doesn't look like it. But that's neat, though.
Yeah, I think this is ends up where Tyrant is.
Oh, look. Oh, Gladiator. Yeah, they've got Gladiator, Silver Surfer, Terrax, Morg, and Beta Ray Bill right there.
Oh, okay. So it must have been a previous issue.
Yeah, this dude is powerful to capture those dudes, especially Gladiator.
Yeah, so in a previous issue, this one here, the very first panel is just a picture of the bottom. It's just it's the bottom of Gladiator's feet, or it's just a picture from behind. It's a picture of Gladiator's feet with his red, cape and all that, with his red boots and his red cape, right there. He's standing on Meteor in space.
I got you.
And there's a little word bubble on there that says "I'll be back."
Oh.
That issue came out around the same time that the death of Superman happened.
Right. I got you.
I was like, "Oh, that's clever."
That is clever. Oh, they would always barb each other back and forth.
Yeah.
Neil Adams and Bill Sienkiewicz had a little going back and forth about Moon Knight and Batman. Yeah, back in the late 70s or 1980. They were going back and forth in their publication because they were trying to compare Moon Knight to the, Batman. Moon Knight was actually outselling Batman, but Batman back then wasn't selling. It was Batman's, the reputation of the character isn't the Batman now. That's crazy. Everyone takes for granted that that Batman's always been like, oh, that's a cool character. That's badass. I like the look of that.
Yeah, that's Tyrant.
I'm gonna have to steal some of that design. Galactus is like, okay. Next, long live Tyrant. So they have a throwdown. I remember the oh yeah, that looks cool. He's got a little bit of a little apocalypse look, a little bit. But that was kind of that 90s thing. Everybody, all the characters had like tubing on them and stuff like this. They really went hog wild with those visuals like that.
Yeah.
A far departure from anything. Any villains that looked from like the 70s or something like that.
Far departure from Buscema and
they went full. I mean, they just went full on all this stuff. All these little tubings and accessories and big shoulder pad stuff and pouches, and that was Liefeld a lot, but
yeah,
no doubt. I like the look of that character. I really do. I like the 90s. They throw. Oh yeah, he's cool looking. He is cool looking. I like the tail.
Yeah.
The main character for my comic book that I'm trying to make, has a little bit of this look. Just a little bit, not a whole lot, but just faintly has a little bit of this kind of look, but not all that big old long tail thing. Doesn't have that. But the hands and stuff are somewhat similar. Yep, I've never seen this character. Like I said, this is the first time.
I don't think he makes any other appearances.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not familiar with this character at all, but I love the way they draw him. Silence. And then they got Sentinel type looking robots coming out with Jack of Hearts, who is absolutely broken. The Jack of Hearts, that suit contains his power, his life essence. Yeah, he loses all that. God, I love the visual look of Jack of Hearts mask. It's over the top, but it's like taken seriously. You know what I mean? I love that character from Iron Man in the 70s. Yeah, I love that, man. That's badass. There. Oh, Galactus came and freed the motherfuckers. Oh boy. I know Gladiator's a badass. Yeah, Gladiator will fuck you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
There's you probably know this too, man. There are two covers that John Byrne did. That are they're the exact same, very similar covers. One he did for DC and the other one he did for Marvel. One features Superman.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, one features Superman where he's like fighting some people, and then the other one features Gladiator.
Gladiator,
he beat the Fantastic Four.
That's Fantastic Four 250.
It's the exact same cover.
Exact same.
Swap the characters around. It's so cool.
But John Byrne, there's a lot of artists through the years that did that and tried to deny that they were doing that. John Byrne always put it out there. Yeah, I'm doing this. Yeah. He would do that stuff all the time. He would copy Jack Kirby panels just as a homage to Jack Kirby because he loved Jack Kirby, and so he would do that stuff all the time, but he would let it be known that he wasn't trying to cover it up. Yeah. There are some guys that would try to cover it up and say, "Oh no, that wasn't intentional." Every time John Byrne did it, it was fucking intentional. He let you know it was intentional. Yeah.
It was just funny that it was like John Byrne doing an homage to himself.
Yeah, he would do that. Oh, he would stick it. John Byrne was a bastard. He did a couple panels of Fantastic Four, socking it to Dave Cockrum on X-Men when Dave Cockrum came back on the X-Men, and one of the first storylines because John Byrne left X-Men to do Fantastic Four, basically, right? And he did Alpha Flight also, but he did Fantastic Four. Well, Fantastic Four's main villain, obviously, is Doctor Doom. Well, what had to kind of poke John Byrne a little bit, Chris Claremont and Dave Cockrum, one of their first storylines after John Byrne left was to have the X-Men encounter Doctor Doom, just to kind of steal John Byrne's thunder a little bit. Well, John Byrne came back and in the Fantastic Four issue and made it seem that was just a robotic version of Doctor Doom. It wasn't the real Doctor Doom. And he has a panel like mocking the appearance of Doctor Doom in the X-Men book by Claremont. And I could go in it more detail, but you get the gist, Yeah. They were petty. They would go back and forth like that, I like those little side stories of the comic books, Tyrant reigns supreme. Tell me that's not a 90s panel right there. Whew. Tyrant, I will have words with you. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I remember when Galactus battled the Sphinx in the Fantastic Four book in the late 70s. That was badass.
I'm trying to remember because I just read a wiki post here talking about how Tyrant was a herald of Galactus.
See, I didn't know that. Like I said, this is the first time encountering this Tyrant character. The Surfer versus Fire Lord. The Infinity Crusade flares up. I like how gladiators, all their costumes are all kind of ripped up and shit. That's kind of cool, man. No doubt. Well, man, I'm gonna have to cut it short here, man.
Yeah.
My throat's getting fucking. I coughed up when I swallowed wrong earlier, when I was laughing. Oh man, it fucked me up. My like esophagus is on fire, dude. I need to go get a cup of coffee and some water because my voice is getting like fucking raw. Plus I've had my ACs on too much. Yeah, I enjoyed that, man. A little look back at thanks for putting me on to that Silver Surfer run. I'm definitely going to look at those. I'm definitely going to read through those some night. When I'm sitting here trying to brainstorm shit. Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah. I would go on. I mean, if I had, I would go on there to read some of the earlier issues of that and everything.
Yeah. I'll start.
Like that number 34. Well, I wasn't suggesting, but I'm just saying that's what I would do if I had that subscription.
I'll go back and start at the beginning. Yeah, I'll do the whole run. Yeah, I'll eventually read through the whole run. It doesn't take very long. I can read an issue in 5-6 minutes, especially digitally.
That cover though, that issue number 34, I was like, oh damn. Because I knew Thanos was dead, and I was like, holy shit, are they bringing back Thanos? Reading the Marvel updates and all that, and the character backgrounds and everything, and I knew Thanos was he was one of the big bads.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so I was like, shit, they're bringing him back. I wonder what's going on with this. I got to pick this up and gotta find out. And then it all led into the Infinity Gauntlet. And I was like, holy shit.
That's a good start right there, no doubt.
Yeah, that issue does not get it is probably not worth nearly as much as it should be.
I'll look
because of that.
I'll look up in my price guide of what it's worth, what it's going for, and I'll post it on Discord or something. I'm sure it's not. You're probably lucky if it's $10. Those 90s comics just aren't that. Late 80s Marvel, just a lot of them aren't. It's got to be like super key. That would seem like it would be a key issue. But it's weird how they do it. It's more like a character that, like, of course, New Mutants, the Deadpool is super valuable and stuff like that. But I don't know. Some things you think would be valuable just aren't,
Yeah.
But it could be $20 or something. I don't know. I totally have no idea.
Am I reading this right? I'm actually looking at a site called Go Collect. So looking at the CGC. I need to get some of these comics I've got sent in and graded and put in plastic.
Slabbed up.
So
Yep.
Like I've got amazing. Technically it's my son's now, but because I told him he could have all my Spider-Man comic books. But he's got Amazing Spider-Man number 298. Which is
yeah.
I've got
Well, Spider-Man 298. Right off the top of my head, I'm saying it's about $150.
Yeah.
Is that right, or am I way off on that?
It was some. It used to be a lot more, but then they overprint everything.
Let me look it up here. You're talking about First Venom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got.
It might be even more than that.
I think I've got New Mutants. The last couple of issues of New Mutants, where Deadpool was first introduced.
Oh yeah. Well, that's.
I've got the first issue of X-Force. I've got a lot of very big key issues.
Well, right here, I know what Bob's Comic Castle was selling that Spider-Man 298 for. They were selling it for $150, but this one graded at 9.6 goes for $215.
Right. Yeah. Well, there's this Silver Surfer number 34 graded at 9.4 is going on eBay right now for $230. So actually, it's
really?
It's actually worth.
Hold on one sec. Give me 1 minute. Let me run into my other room and get my Overstreet real quick. No, okay. Seriously, hold on one sec. I'll be back in 1 minute.
So he's going to be back in a minute. If there was chat here, I would talk to you.
Oh boy, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, because I don't want to be talking out of my ass here. So there's no reason for me just to put out numbers that I think. I'm going to go straight to the gist of it here. Give me a second. I'm alphabetically challenged. Silver Surfer. Would help if I turn the fucking lights up. There we go. Silver Surfer. I've got the Overstreet guy. Okay. Silver Surfer. 93. Silver Surfer Warlock Resurrection. See, it's. Give me a minute. Volume 3. Okay, morgue appearance. Now we're getting somewhere. Midnight Sun. See, Thanos returns, cameo. Starlin scripts begin. Death appearance, number 34. They say in mint condition it's $32.
Really?
Yes, Overstreet. Now, taking account, this is Overstreet from last year. This isn't the newest Overstreet.
Right.
This is last year's Overstreet. $32, $24 in 9.0 is $24. Near mint 9.2 is $32. Are you sure that's not signed by somebody? The thing on eBay, you can't really go by eBay anyway.
I know. I was
Yeah.
just, I was just throwing that out there. I saw it. It's
right. It could be signed. eBay. I've seen them try to sell some horse shit. When that Moon Knight series started, they tried to sell Moon Knight #1 in like even mid condition. They were trying to sell it for like $1,000. I mean, you guys are fucking insane. I can get it for $25, you know.
And there's other copies of it too, man, going on here for $255, $295.
They're just trying. It's just people. They ain't ever gonna sell that.
Yeah.
But you got 9.2. You got $32. That's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad.
I honestly though, considering now, I mean, it's not a key issue, but it's like a beginning of an epic issue. In my opinion, that's why I think it should be worth more than that.
Now hold the phone.
That's just me.
Hold the phone. Issue number 44. Thanos first appearance of the Infinity Gauntlet goes to for $80. Thanos defeats Silver Surfer and Drax. Mephisto cameo $80, 9.2. So there's your key issue. Yeah, with the Infinity Gauntlet. There's your $80 one.
I've got that one too.
There you go. That's the one you might want to send in.
Like, yeah, I've got other issues too, man. It's like I got Wolverine number 10, which introduced the Silver Fox character, and the whole introduced the whole scheme on why every year on Wolverine's birthday, Sabretooth shows up to try and kill him.
Right.
Shit like that, because it revealed some of Wolverine's origin. I've got all the Jim Lee X-Men #1s for that. Which, funny note, Jim Lee's full cover for X-Men #1 that he did with them, squaring off to fight Thanos, or not Thanos,
Magneto.
Yeah. He redid that cover when he did the new 52 Justice League first issue.
Oh, okay. I got you.
But they were going up against Darkseid.
Right. I have that. I've got that new 52 issue you're talking about.
Yeah, if you look at those two issues,
yeah.
You look
at those two issues, 100%. Yeah.
They're like carbon copies of each other. It's hilarious.
100%.
I actually had an online artist. I commissioned him to do a homage to that cover with my DCU characters and all my alts.
Oh, that's cool.
On there, yeah. I have to find those. I don't know what I'm doing with those.
Oh, those crappy DCU and DCUO characters. Oh, come on, man.
Hey, all my characters were unique.
So the name Super Patriotism, you stole that. I got a cease and desist letter going out for you. I'm just kidding, Adam. $80 though, man. You got to send that in and get that slab. That would be the one to be worth. Hey, I'll tell you one thing. Jim Starlin's still alive. Try to go to a con that he's going to be at. Get him to sign it. Then slab that motherfucker. Yeah, and wait. Yeah.
I'm curious. Was it did New Mutants end with number 50 or ended with number 100?
Did it? I'm thinking it did.
98, 99, and 100. I'm curious what those are.
Sure. Give me 1 second. New Mutant 98.
Yeah, 98. I think it was the first appearance of Deadpool.
Oh, that goes. Yeah, that goes. Yeah. Funny enough, I almost bought Spider-Man 298 at Bob's Comic Castle yesterday.
Mhm.
He had 2 copies in his glass case thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I looked at it. Yep, I almost did. It was $150. I might try to go there and see if I might catch him on a good day, see if he'll take $100 for it. He probably wouldn't, but okay, okay, New Mutants. Focus here, focus. My ADHD is kicking in. Okay, hold on. Shatterstar. First full appearance of Shatterstar is $315.
Ooh.
Am I reading that right? Okay, 87. New Mutants 87 is first appearance of Cable, $175. New Mutants. What? I'm not seeing it. They've got number 100. First brief appearance of X-Force, $315 at a 9.2. That's New Mutants number 100. Where is Deadpool? Death of New Warlock. Burns swiped cover.
His first appearance
of Deadpool. Here it is. First appearance. No, first. I was wrong. I misspoke because they had it cut off. First appearance of Deadpool, Gideon, and Domino is $315. 9.2.
What, for New Mutants 98?
Yes. First appearance of Cable. First appearance of Cable is $175. First appearance of Deadpool is $315. Now, keep in mind, this price guide I'm holding in my hand is going on 2 years old. About a little under 2 years old. So I need to update my Overstreet price guide. But things normally don't change that much, you know what I mean? But overall, there are some that do change.
They'll probably see a boost when the movie comes out.
Yeah, and then it'll go speculation stuff, and then it'll go down a little. Yeah, 100%. But yeah, you ought to get all that stuff slabbed, no doubt.
Yeah.
You can get Liefeld to sign it. Probably add 100.
Dude, you know what I've got? You know what I've got here, and I decided to keep it just in case I ever fucking run into Chris Pratt.
Oh my god!
Dude,
how would you run into?
I'm just saying, if I ever run into Chris Pratt, man, I have a Zune. If I ever have the opportunity.
Oh, you have a Microsoft Zune.
I have a Microsoft Zune.
I almost bought one day when I was at JCPenney in the Richmond, Indiana mall. I was trying one out, and I ended up getting an iPod instead. But I almost bought a Zune that day. Isn't that crazy?
I got the Zune because I was like, screw this fucking Apple shit, man. I was so tired of everybody like Apple, iPod.
The only Apple thing I have is an iPad. Right.
I was like, fuck this, I'm getting a Zune.
I don't like Apple stuff overall. I just don't. I have an iPad. Yeah, iPad's the only. I mean, this is so blurry you can't read it. But yeah, this is the 2020 2021. So yeah, it's it's going on 2 years old. Can't remember when I got it in 2000. I got this in late 2021 is when I got it. So it's probably even older than, you know what I mean? Than just when I got it doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying? You know. So yeah, I mean, I might order the new one. I forget how much it was. I might get online this week. It's $30. I'll probably get the new one. It had the McFarlane Spider-Man Spawn. He did a special little cover for it. It's kind of neat, you know, on this thing. So yeah, that's my latest over. I don't think I have a newer one. I can't remember if I bought the newer one or not. I'll be honest with you. But I took this to Muncie with me yesterday to because I knew I was going to be stopping by that comic book shop, but so I did a little researching before I walked over there. So yeah, that's why I had it out. But anyway,
I think I went out and I bought too. I caught a cheap copy, but in very good condition of was it Incredible Hulk number 337? The one that McFarlane drew when Wolverine fought the Hulk.
Yeah.
I think I caught it. I caught it.
Nice.
Somebody was selling it, man. He didn't know what it was worth, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll get that." I was like,
someday you need to get set up where you can show these issues on your YouTube or something.
Set my camera up
we'll get in the Discord. See, I have an overhead. I got one set up overhead. I just switch. I can go to different. I can go to my Sony camera. I gotta
go through them all again, man. I've got so many, dude. I've got like 6 long boxes, and that's still counting all the Spider-Man comics. I collected all 3 of the Spider-Man series too.
Oh yeah.
I collected Amazing, Web, and Spectacular.
Yep.
So yeah.
I collected Web. I collected Web a little bit, but I was more Marvel Team Up, and I did Peter Parker Spectacular. I had all of those for a little while. That kind of went to shit. Like 8 or 9 issues, 8 or 9 years into the run, it kind of went to shit. But it was badass when it first came out. I loved it. But I always loved Marvel Team Up. I was sad when they ended that. Marvel Team Up was a huge seller in the 70s for Marvel. Huge seller. The Marvel Team Up, some of my favorite comic books. I mean, some of those issues, but yep. Top 25 Copper Age comics. Teenage Ninja Turtles, number 1. Right there on the stuff. I just turned to it. Top 25 Bronze Age comic books. I'm going to look at this real quick. What do you think number 1 is?
Shit. Bronze Age?
Top 25 Bronze Age comic books.
Oh, shit.
I've got it right there, but it's so blurry you can't read it. Star Wars number 1, baby.
Really?
$12,000 near mint.
Damn.
Yeah. Incredible Hulk number 181, number 2.
Oh,
you know that one. Yep.
Iron Fist number 14. I think that's the first appearance of Sabretooth.
And you know what? In that collection I abandoned, I had a fucking near mint copy of it.
Dude, my folks knew this one couple when I was in high school, and they had this little kid, and he had that issue of Iron Fist, and he had it stapled onto his wall, not through the comic, thank God, but he had it stapled up on his wall. And I was over there one day with them, and I was looking at that comic in his bedroom, and I was like,
I'm gonna snatch. What? They stapled it.
It wasn't through the comic though. It was in a sleeve.
Oh.
And they put the staples through the plastic sleeve. Thank God. But yeah, I was looking at that comic and I was like, oh man. I was like, you know that I was looking at that kid, I was like, you know how much that comic's worth? And he's like, no. And so I asked his dad, so I was like, you know what he's got hanging on that wall in there? And his dad was like, oh yeah. And I was like, son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. He knew it. Yeah. It's like, I'll trade you some baseball cards for it or something. Yeah. It's like, okay. Yeah. I had Star Wars number 1, but the condition was not good. Like my condition wouldn't have been near. I might have gotten probably today I might be able to get like $150, $200 for it. It was in crappy condition because I read the fuck out of it. I didn't keep it all. Green Lantern number 76, Giant Size X-Men number 1, Werewolf by Night number 32. You know what that is? First Moon Knight. Amazing Spider-Man 129. You know what that is? Punisher. That's first Punisher. Star Wars number 2, number 3, number 4. Iron Man number 55. Iron Man number 55. What is the significance of Iron Man number 55? I'm going to have to...
Is that first appearance of Thanos?
That might be it. Is that right?
Yeah, he was introduced in Iron Man.
Yeah. Drax the Destroyer, first appearance. Thanos, first appearance. Yep, there it is. Yep, with the blood. Yep, with the Blood Brothers. The Blood Brothers on the. Yeah, my buddy had that. My buddy was a huge Iron Man collector growing up. He had that issue. Yep.
Is that the one with the Thanos copter in it?
Probably. Isn't that crazy? X-Men number 94. I had that. They went for that's the first of the new characters in the X-Men title. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Where Count Nefaria and Thunderbird dies and all that. Tomb of Dracula number 10. Do you know what that is?
Probably first Blade.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Yep. Incredible Hulk 180 is the first cameo, one panel of Wolverine, of course. And Batman...
what are the Batman issues there?
Batman 232.
Batman 232. Is that Death in the Family?
I believe it is. Yeah. It's the 20... It's $900. Yeah, I believe it is. Yep. You don't even want to go to Silver Age comics. Woo! That's the money.
No.
That's not Death in the Family. That's later. That's a little later, isn't it? Yeah. What'd I say? Batman 232?
Yeah, it's let's see, Neil Adams, cover artist, Dennis O'Neil.
I see the Ra's al Ghul.
Is that the first Ra's al Ghul?
Yes.
Okay.
It's Ra's al Ghul. Yep. I don't know if it's the first. I think it is. When I decide Robin must die, he dies. It's got Ra's al Ghul on the cover. So I'm assuming that's what makes it valuable.
Yeah.
He finds a man named Ra's al Ghul. Yeah, it's basically the origin of Ra's al Ghul. Yeah.
Okay.
Spider-Man 101. Is that Morbius?
Amazing Spider-Man or just Spider-Man?
Amazing Spider-Man 101. Yeah, that's the one where he grows the 4 arms. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Morbius.
That's Morbius. Yep. Hero for Hire number 1. That's Luke Cage, of course. I had that as well. I had that That's another comic I abandoned in that. There's about 6 comics on this list here that I abandoned in my collection in 1999.
When did this Copper Age start then?
See, that's weird because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out in 1984. And technically, to me, that's still the Bronze Age, but it's not. They don't consider that. The Bronze Age for me is like 72 or 73 to 87 is what I always considered, or 86. I always considered 73 to 86 the Bronze Age, but they don't. The experts, people that know more than me, obviously, consider the Copper Age probably 84. Yeah, okay. I would assume. You got Sandman. Yeah, you got Amazing Spider-Man 300. New Mutants 98. It's all on the list here, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 1. Yep. Yep. Swamp Thing 37. Yep.
I've got the reason why I was asking if that was Death in the Family or not is because I've got those issues.
Oh, do you? Nice.
Yeah, yeah. That was some of the few DC comics I collected.
Yep. I know that's in the 300s. I think that's in the 300s of the
Yeah.
of Batman. I just don't know the name. I don't know the issues. I'm pretty sure it's in the 300s. I could be wrong about that. I didn't collect Batman. I didn't. For a short time, I got Batman and the Outsiders when it started, and then they dumped Batman off of the title because they canceled Brave and the Bold. Because I would get Brave and the Bold every once in a while if it was a cool team up. You know, if it was like Green Arrow or, you know, Batman, Green Arrow, Batman, you know, Dead Man, or, you know, some kind of Red Tornado or some shit, you know, that I might be interesting. But I had one that was Batman Green Lantern, but Brave and the Bold was cool. The ones from the 70s. But yeah, Batman just wasn't. Batman didn't move the needle like it does today. You know what I mean? I tell younger people that, and they look at me like I'm from another planet. Like, oh, Batman's always been cool. And it's like, fuck no. You had a Batman shirt on when I was growing up, you get your butt kicked. They'd fucking laugh you off the playground.
Yeah, until 89 dropped. Came around.
86, yeah, with Frank Miller, Dark Knight. And
I'd say even then, though, you know, it wasn't.
It still wasn't exactly when the movie. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yep. That's when it kind of all came to fruition. But yeah, then the merchandising and everybody went Batman nuts, you know, and it revived Adam West. I know that. Adam West loved that when that shit came out. His phone started ringing again, you know. Yeah. But yeah, when I was growing up, Batman was a fucking running joke, man.
Batman number 428 was the death of Jason Todd.
Oh, okay. I'm way off then.
Yeah, wow.
I was thinking it was in the 300s, late 300s, but yeah, I there you go. I am just ignorant on.
Yeah, I've got that issue leading up to the first appearance and introduction as Tim Drake as Robin.
Okay. That's cool. That's awesome.
It was one of the few DC comics I collected.
But
I got a couple spatterings of them.
I'm so sick to my stomach about that Iron Fist 14. I had a beautiful copy of that motherfucker. I mean, it was fucking, there's no spine crinkles. I had that bagged and boarded. I never took it out hardly. I read it one time. I never understood what the significance of that would have been, you know, back in the day when I had it. Because I ended up getting it. I got it in the early. I didn't get it off the spinner rack. Because I was too young. You know, I was not really buying comics. Because that came out in 1976.
That's another Jim Starlin book, too.
Yep. But yeah, I knew what I had like in the early 80s, and that's when I ended up getting that Iron Fist 14. Oh, I'm so sick. Sick to my stomach. I could have had that fucking, I could have went and had John Byrne. Yeah, John Byrne's not going to sign that bullshit. Could have found Chris Claremont and had him sign it. He would have charged me, probably charged me $100, but oh well. Fuck my life, man. Damn it. Anyway, Super Page, I gotta get off here, man.
Yeah.
That was I said that earlier, but he started talking about prices.
Yeah, we got off on another tangent.
Yeah, that's all right. It's all good. But yeah, I'm gonna shut the stream down there. If I can stop streaming, you will no longer be live. Yeah, no shit.